It's working. Oh my gosh, awesome. Wait a second, hang on a second. I don't quite have everything working. I just realized something. I just realized I hadn't closed the door yet. Oh my gosh. Anyway, how do I do this thing? Wow, man. So my camera still wasn't working for me yesterday. The whole thing's messed up. But anyway, it is here. I am here. El Solo, El Loco, enchiladas, tacos, senoritas. Tish and Tennessee, how are you doing? Rick's Clicks, what's up? Andrea Paxky, how are you? Cool Frog, how are you, man? Jen with no filter. There are no filters here, none. Sage Forensics, how are you? Miami Spice. Oh, I hear there might be trouble in paradise. I heard big news earlier. Big news that could affect Miami Spice's life. We'll talk about that later on. Um, where was I? Great Dane Mom, how are you? What's up? Texas Jen, how are you? We might need to be Texas Spicy, is what her name might need to be. Melissa Jane, what's happening? Let's see. Cool Gamer, how are you? I love it. Cool Gamer, what's up, man? Keith Gregory, how are you, sir? You know what? Now I'm starting to get worried about what I did with my George Washington Zippo. My USS George Washington Zippo. Why would it not work? I don't know. But I had to restart the computer, which is not fun for me because I had a lot of stuff pulled up I was going to go back to. TR Grader X, what happened to you? Why no trivia? Because the White Rabbit, we got a phone call this week that her mother was struck and ill, was in the hospital, and was deteriorating quickly. So this afternoon, or it was really the first time she's been home, and we have not had time to work on trivia. So that is why there's no trivia. There is no White Rabbit right now. She is around in spirit, but she is not in. Well, maybe she's around physically, but not in spirit. How about that? Rabbit, what is happening? Let's see, where else am I? Shizzy Wisnet, how are you? Keith Gregory's name makes me think of Keith Richards. Miami Spice puts this up. Nothing? Oh, wait, hold on, that's not it. Nothing? So, yeah, I heard some news tonight. Miami Spice. It was on another stream. It was on Darth Hidious's stream. Darth, I was hoping he'd make a showing so he could tell us maybe the news himself. Tom Gillis, what is going on, man? I am so sorry, brother, that we are not doing trivia tonight. Squad Bob, how's it going, brother? Check your Discord general chat. I will in 1 second. All my browsers are closed right now. I had to reset the computer for it to pull up everything. But 2 in a row for Tom Gillis. I'll tell you what. Next week we'll have a Tom Gillis special trivia. Hopefully, I can't make promises anymore. I was never good at promises, but I really can't make them. But he is still alive. Oh, Darth, yes. Darth was earlier, he had a stream. I love shizzies. Darth had a stream, and he announced in his stream that he would. Now this is where it comes in big time for Miami Spice. Guys, get ready to console her. This is shocking. It may have a happy ending, but he said that he would marry Divinity said. So I was like, well, Darth, man, where does that leave you and Miami Spice? You're supposed to take her to Cedar Point. And you know what? He replied. He replied and he said, well, that can still happen. I thought Playboy Malloy had moves. I thought that guy had energy and a hard head. Oh no, Darth Hideous is on a whole nother level. He is getting his bags packed to marry Divinity and is planning on taking Miami Spice to Cedar Point. So Miami, it's kind of like you don't have to be sad because you still get to go to Cedar Point. It's like a consolation prize. When the White Rabbit and we got married, we went to Disney World. That was her consolation prize. I love you guys. I do. I really do. What's his number two bachelor behind Malloy? That was crazy, man. That guy, he is so. I had no idea. When I go and check on Mr. Malloy, he is. I got his number. I figured it out. So he'll sit there and he's got like he's got this blanket. He's like, I just want to get to 20 subs. Well, he's always reading the chat. Well, now I know why. Because he's waiting for the chicks. The dude is on fire, man. I'm like, there was so many lessons to be learned. I hope there are some dudes saw this and they've learned from him. He is a teaching monument, a monument to teaching. And I thought Tom Gillis no one could out teach him. I don't know. I think Malloy may have done a lot. Anyway. Anyway, let me go back and see what happens as I drop this bombshell on everybody. Oh, hey, what did Tish say? What did she say? Where'd she go? Oh, you forgot the turtles. Hello, Texas Jen. Yeah, okay, she's crying. He said if she wasn't married. Sounds like a challenge. Her husband might object to that. He might not, though. I mean, the White Rabbit all the time says, you can have me. Not her, but she wants to get rid of me. Wow, I imagine Div has something to say about that as well, Miami Spice. Where is she? She's gone. He's gone. They're making plans. Big plans. Yes, you did tell us it broke down in the snow, right? Oh, no. Oh, I didn't know that broke down. Dude, man, that's, you got to keep on keeping on, man, because you have small bouts of bad luck. But it's good overall. You're going to be fine. Got to catfish him or two girl. Anyway, let's see. Well, Darth was talking about a big old rock of a ring. Check that out. Just talk to Malloy about music, and that's all you need. Yeah, he'll play some music for you. You'll be hearing music, and the sky will be bluer, the grass will be greener, water will be wetter. Just ask him to talk about the Eagles and the Beach Boys, his favorite concert. I'm a dork. Yes, I know that. That's why we're all here. Mr. Malloy is smart. He's playing a numbers game, hit all the lays, and eventually one will work out for him. That's how the numbers work, y'all. And did you hear him when he's like, where are you from? Oh, I don't want anything to do with East St. Louis. And it was this lady who was new to the chat. She came over from his chat. Val was her name. Very attractive avatar, if that's her. I'm sitting here going, like, she was kind of taken back. She was like, I'm kind of hurt here, Malloy. So anyway, yes. And please hit that like button. If Miami Spice can do it after finding out about the atrocities of Darth running the ladies' man with Kurt Weiser. Where's that? Oh, is that over there? I have not been there yet. The White Rabbit just stepped in and showed me what Squaw Bob has up in general. So I'll go grab that later on and we'll try to pull that up. See, I'm telling you guys, it's great. There's all sorts of neat photos over there in the general. Like, oh, which reminds me, what time is it? I have an announcement in 16 minutes. It's awesome. This person doesn't know what's happening, or I don't know if it's a person. I don't know what it is because something's coming in to tell me what it is. So, big announcement though. It might affect the lives of countless people. It might change history. Water might not be wet anymore after this. Oh wait, remember 8675309. Is that Texas Jen? Oh, Robin, how are you doing? Does anyone have Jenny's number? Yes. Robin, you need to go say hey to, wait a second. She wasn't here with Malloy, and he did say something about her. Why'd this freeze up for a second? This better not freeze up. I have run so much cable. I was checking it earlier. Wait. Is he the guy on Cool Frog show? I know Cool Frog's been on his. I don't know about vice versa. Sonia, how are you doing? Sonia is a friend of Mr. Malloy's, and he is a handle. He is something to handle, or I don't know what I'm saying. Texas Jen, I keep calling that number. All I get is Jenny. Texas Jen, you gotta help the guy out. You gotta help the guy. Wolfkinder, how are you doing? Let's see here. Oh, is Crystal here? Crystal, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Crystal, what did she just have? Yes, please make sure you're subbed. Wolfkinder was unsubbed for the second time this week. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. So anyway, and where is if Valhalla comes in? Let me know. So anyway, guys, I'll tell you what. There is no trivia, but in what time is it? 13 minutes. 13 minutes, I'm going to make an announcement. Then after that announcement, Huck, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Got to sign up as a member. Huck, that'd be awesome. And then you can come over to Discord and make fun of me like everybody else does. Except for Squad Ball put a cool picture up. I've got to go check it out. I got to go download it. But anyway, in 13 minutes, I'll, what's that thing called? Make the announcement. Then after that, if there's anybody who would like to hang out and chit chat, you're more than welcome to, because I've got no plans tonight. I was really hoping for trivia. Trivia went away. The only plans I have is and I invited this guy on the Spectre Report. You guys see him? I saw him on Twitter is how I learned of him first. And I asked him, I was like, man, he had a pretty big stream tonight. And so I invited him over if he would like to talk about what his channel is and stuff. He just broke 1,000 subs tonight. And I'm very happy for him. I like seeing people grow. So we'll see if we can get that out there. And that'd be really cool if the Spectre Report, if he comes around. Don't know if he will. I don't know him. I just, like I said, I saw his Twitter, and we cross a lot of the same paths. So that's cool. The expert watched it happen. What happened? What happened? Where did I miss this shiz? What I watch happen? The expert didn't need to be high to make the comment. What was I talking about again? What's going on? This is what happens. You guys have got me lost over here in the chat. Did Spectre realize that he broke 1,000 at the end of his stream or not? I don't think he did. This is something that's weird. I noticed the last couple of times on YouTube. It's not showing an actual. The numbers aren't right. The numbers aren't real. So it's not like it never showed 1,000 until after his show was, for me, until after his show was over. And it never showed 1,000 for White Rabbit until his show was over. And I think Darth Hideous had come in and said that he did break it. What's this? The stream expert? What'd I do? What's the stream expert? I'm not a stream expert. Lots of squirrels. But yeah, he did his thing. Yeah, he broke 1,000, which I don't. So that's what I'd like to ask him: how long he's been around, what his YouTube-ness is like, what people can expect, and then warn him that there is an algorithm and that you will get caught in that. And unless you want your channel to always be that algorithm, you got to make a lot of content. You really got to get great people around you like this. Let's see here. Numbers are wrong. I know, as Ash watched my entire first Call of Duty stream and was chatting the whole time. Plus others came and went. Yet studio shows no views. That's so crazy. I don't know what it, like Ash last night, she was doing a stream and actually I fell asleep with it. She had music on it and I was like, man, I was so exhausted. And so I went over there and I just wanted her to know that I was there. Gave her the thumbs up. And I fell asleep and I woke up. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it's like I was still there. And on another page, it didn't show that I was. It was weird how the numbers were. It's exhausting making content, editing. Robin, there's nothing to edit. You just go. And then we're there. Uh-oh. Wait a second here. Oh, that's not it. One of these days, everything's going to work out.
I think we got a super chat.
Spoiler alert, expert believes birds are real. All hail White Rabbit. I am so glad Guavaball has come in to say that. First of all, yes, all hail White Rabbit. Second of all, there is a building in Nashville, Tennessee, of all places, that says they are going to start turning their lights off for birds. Don't lie to me. Okay, look, you're turning the lights off because it's cheaper. All right? You're not turning them off for birds. But they're like, oh, because of migratory birds. These are the same people that are sitting here wanting solar, desert, whatever, those big solar mirrors and those big windmills. And all they do is chop up and fry birds in the air. But yet they're going to turn off their lights in an effort to save birds. I'm sitting here going, what are you talking about, man? Don't lie to me. Just tell me you want to save the money. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just tell them that birds aren't real and see what they think. So anyway, yes, Guava Ball, thank you for reminding me of that. I was very taken back today. I was like, but birds aren't real. We just read a news report about it the other day. They're how they make them into drones. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Besides that, birds scare me, and I don't like them. What time is it? I got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Big announcement. There he goes. I haven't started. I'm being good. Hey, listener, how are you doing? See, I like this. Jen with no filter saved me on saying hello. Uh, there's a lot. Oh, those are something else I don't like about StreamYards. I thought this was a big one. I was like, what is she talking about? Face blue, wide eyes, face blue, wide eyes. And that's the emojis, the YouTube emojis. They do not allow them on StreamYards. So like that's what it just spells them out. Just spells them out. Yes. Look at this. Hang on a second. You know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get something different.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
So excited to get my Birds Aren't Real semi made. That's going to be hilarious, man. You're going to be like, why are people honking at me as we go down the interstate? It's going to be because they see birds aren't real. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, dude, I love that. I love that. Just, it makes the whole world stop for a second and think. And it's us that are making it happen. It's funny because tonight I was going to do the Wraith. How are you doing, buddy? I was going to do Catnip Dave. How are you doing? Lonely is the night when you're feeling all alone, when you're reaching out and there's no one else at home. That's a song, isn't it? Or does it just sound like a song? Wait, did I see Grim? Is Grim here? Grim was earlier. I saw him in another chat. Trying to keep up is hard. See here. Have you seen the Netflix No, we don't have Netflix. That's the only network, only thing we don't have. It's Billy Squire. Oh, awesome. Netflix. The White Rabbit when Cuties came out. She read about it, and she went to. I wasn't even here. And she went to Netflix and she fast forwarded to all the exact moments that they said these are the bad things. I came home and she said, I canceled Netflix. And I looked at her and I said, you've heard about the movie Cuties, haven't you? And she said, you know about this? I said, heard about it on the radio yesterday. I was like, yeah. I knew that was going to be your response. So yeah, we do not have Netflix. Let's see here. The Expert is so at it makes so happy because I too, and I see how it feels for others to talk about. Yes. Woohoo, Cool Frog. What happened with Cool Frog? What's he doing? How come I didn't see him up here? I saw him earlier. Expert hanging out with you. Awesome, man. I love it. Fake birds and spies spy on everyone. They do, and they make us think that it's our phones that are spying on us. It's the birds. Daisy C, how are you doing? I'm here for the announcement. Hey, y'all. Oh, geez, now it's a lot of pressure. Watch this backfire on me. My internet's going to go down. What time is it? I got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. There's no trivia, but I got 3 minutes. Wait a second. Breaking news here. What's happening? Oh. Where did he go? Oh, I know you're scrolling. I can't see it. I got to talk. I'm live, baby. Oh, it's Grimm's Bar has been a member. The Expert is petting his super cat over birds. And then, where did he go? Cool Frog has an emoji. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you. And you think my screens are bright. Did you see how that thing was reflecting off the TV? My right eye is burned now. It is burned. Yes, that's what I was just reading. I can't, but here's the thing, is they don't pop up on StreamYard, and I don't have, I'm so far behind. See, I don't have this over here where I'm supposed to because I had to reset the computer. There we go. Now I know where I am. I think I do. Do you guys know where I am? I really don't. He caught it right when he sent the super chat. But hey, you know what? TR Greater X, thank you, man, so much. Thank you for taking care of me. Can't stand the excitement. Winning Reality, how are you doing? Winning Reality, man, we've talked about. Hey, Lucky Chucky, how are you? We have talked about before about doing a stream. Listen, after my big announcement, I've got nothing going on, in case you'd like to come on. I really don't, man. I got nothing planned. I have stuff that just sounds dumb and sad, like Ohio and UFOs. And what was the other thing that was going on? There's something else that's happening. What is the other thing? Yes! Grim the super chat, retinal failure, hence the specs. Hell, yes. Why did my thing freeze up? Yes. Yes. Grim, you'll be very proud. I don't know if you were here or not. I found a app that enlightens my monitor. And I've got it at 150, I think, now. I keep messing with it. So it goes to 100 in brightness, but now I can turn it up to 269. Oh, wait a second. You know what? Oh, I don't have that on. Oh, I got something else I need to turn on. No, I won't do it right now. But anyway, Grim, yes, thank you for the super chat. Retinal failure. $2 can go into the sunglass fund. I see why Critical Drinker and Rageaholic both wear sunglasses. It's 10:30. It is time. All right, hang on. Let's see. Did I miss anything? No scenery there. Sig Sauer's here. Awesome. High Winning Reality. And that is true, guys. Winning Reality, we've wanted to hook up for a while, and he was supposed to come on back in January. And then 3D World got into me real bad, and it sucked. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Before I can make the special announcement, Bridget Buckley, I'm late again. You are not late. You're here perfectly on time. So trivia is not happening tonight because the White Rabbit has issues that her and I both are sharing the same problems. And our lives are so much fun. So, but anyway, it is so wonderful that Bridget Buckley is here. I love having her in the chat. I will always recognize her being here because she is so awesome. And I told her, I said, I will always make over you every time you come in the chat. And she didn't believe me. And I promise to continue to do it. I hope I'm doing a good job now. So, oh, disco lights. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Thank you. Where's my disco lights? I don't have my... Does this count? Woo, woo, woo. Those are police lights, aren't they? Where's my remote? Where did it go? Oh. It's black. You can't see it. It was on a black notebook. All right, you ready? There we go. Yes! Okay, thank you, Jim. No filter. Yes, let's effing go, man. So, have you guys heard about what's been going on with some of the drama here on the tubes? None of that matters here. What does matter? Friday Night Live. This Friday night, 9 p.m. Special guest, Divinity said. What do you guys think, huh? She is going to be here Friday night unless something happens awry. Looks like it is a go. Very excited about this. Divinity is my tube twin. We'll talk all about that Friday. She, unfortunately, she's going through a little bit of a channel bump right now. But that hopefully will be rectified soon. And Tish in Tennessee with a super sticker of a lemon waving. Thank you, Tish in Tennessee. I can't pull those up on you know what? I love stickers so much. I can't pull. It's so unfair that I can't pull them up on screen. Waiting for the huge announcement is Divinity said will be here this Friday Night Live. And Mountain Girl's entered the chat. I am working on bug out items and can't stay, but wanted to say hello and much love. Much love to you, Mountain Girl. Thank you so much for coming by. And we should have a bug out chat sometime. Yes, let's see here. Should always be working on bug out items. Guava Ball says to Mountain Girl. Let's see here. Where am I going? Dancing. Nice. I have a big announcement too. Seems like the right place to do it. So sure, I'll come on after your big announcement. Winning Reality. I will send you the link in your Twitter. Is that right? Oh, look at this. Look, I can pull the super sticker up now. But it doesn't show the sticker. Thank you, Tish in Tennessee. So yes, that is it. We love some div. I think you're a simp. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, okay, I'm finally here where you guys are reacting here. Wanted to see, yes, Divinity, because here's what, there she is, Divinity. Okay, do you guys remember? Oh, maybe I need to find that. That's you. That's you. Yes. I can't wait. We need to find the, oh gosh, when did she come on? She came on a Friday Night Live. And that was, oh, maybe we'll show clips of that. Oh, it'd be so much fun. But anyway, yes, we're going to have a blast. We're going to have, Madcore, yay, free membership chat milestones. Love you, mate. Love you, Madcore mofo. But yes, this is awesome. Coming in from Darth Hideous. Big announcement tonight. I already talked about Darth Hideous's announcement with Divinity. Yes, Divinity said, yay, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sage, yes. Look, Mountain Girl, do you know about what's happening with Divinity? She is losing her channel. Maybe not, but we're not going to say that. It's under attack. It's under attack. I'll send you an email. It's really, you don't like drama, and like this is the type of drama that you'd just be like, what? Yeah. This is Mountain Girl. You'd love this. Not in a good way. It's not a good way, but it's like it's one of those drama things where you're sitting here going, what? Yes, Div, you have your own sticker. Oh yeah, by the way, that was my thing. I forgot to do this. She does have her own sticker, and I meant to do this when I announced it. Divinity said we'll be here Friday night. I forgot my big announcement thing. I was going to do it like that. Well, not with Robin on there. That felt weird. I looked down, I saw Robin. Not that I don't like Robin. I love Robin. It just felt weird that I looked down and I had it wrong. Light Fund. Do you want me to turn these off? What? Oh, awesome. And Divinity has gifted 10 memberships. Guys, look at that. You're probably a member because of her. Think of this. Think of this, guys. It is so, she is, yes. By the 4th of July. We did the sparklers and indoors and celebrate. Yes. But Maggie Best, thank you for the Light Fund. Does this mean I'm turning them off, by the way? Or is this for the birds? I'm lost a little bit. I'm behind the chat. Here. I still think he's coming out with all those lights. ID Crisis did the other night. Guava, you missed it. It was on Cool Frog's stream. ID Crisis started talking about how he wished he never met women. If he could go back in time and tell himself, he would tell himself to never mess with women. And I was like, well, I'm just so happy that you're able at any age, at any time in your life, you're able to be happy. Hang on a second here. TR Graders, almost said greater sex. Oh, wait a second. Look, this is gonna happen again. Let me go over here to my Twitter and send this link to Winning Reality. Let's see here. Where is he? Wait, where'd he go? Oh, wait, you know what? Oh, this is the wrong thing. Wrong account. Okay, there we go. Now I'm on the right account. I had a backup account for when I was struck. Okay. Now, let me do the invite. And let me send this over here to Winning. Make sure it is Winning. Paste. Yes, it is. And there you go, Winning. I just sent you the link. Sorry about that, man. I got carried away here. America Shirts has been exposed. I can make an exposed joke, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. And then we got here, look at this, Cool Frog. Don't forget the 24-hour stream starts this Friday. What time Friday, man? What time? And that sounds awesome. Divinity said, she's getting a special one right here. Wait, where'd this go? I lost it.
I think we got a super chat.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
I'm gonna come.
Divinity with, please buy rabbit flowers, candy, whatever she likes. I wish I could hug her. I love you guys a million. I cannot wait till it's Friday. I am taking my pants off right now for no good reason. I have a pants story that happened right before this. But I wasn't planning on sharing that. But anyway, yes. And what's funny is I got your message. So this would happen. I was listening to Darth, and they were talking about Divinity a lot. I was like, man, you know what? I haven't reached out just to see if she wants to talk. And I was like, hey, listen, anytime you want to hang out, let's do it. Come on. And she mentioned something about Friday, and I was like, I can't believe she said, I was in the McDonald's I was in the parking lot. I had gone through the line at McDonald's, and I was like, because today, I thought the 24-hour stream started 2 weeks ago. This is Winning Reality. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. That's cool. Reality. I gotta find my earplugs. Anyway, today I was thinking about, I was like, you know what? Need to do a thing, and what we'll do is, get Divinity up there, get like her Venmo or whatever it is. We'll start doing the stream. We'll be like, look, this is the Divinity stream, and I was like, we'll just do it. Just have a great time. We'll just holler and hoot and have fun. And I know that there's a lot of pressures coming up for her, and we'll see where she's going with that. But anyway, we'll talk about this and we'll figure stuff out. But then I was like, well, I just want to I just want to talk to her. I really just want to talk to her. And when she replied back and mentioned something about Friday Night Live, it just like sparklers were going off in my head. And so I came in, I told White Rabbit that, and she's like, oh my gosh, I was going to tell you, you need to ask her. And I was like, I didn't even have to. She knew. And I was like, I didn't say this, but I kind of got a little tear in my eye. I was like, Tube Twin. That's weird. She finished my thought for me. Divinity did. So anyway, yes, I'm so excited. Thank you, Divinity. This is going to be so great. Yeah, it's just going to be awesome. No, my name is not Chad Grimthirsk. But anyway, welcome from Twitch. Yes, you are on live. Let's see here. What is Sparky? How are you doing, man? Let's see here. Sparkler, somebody call me. I love sparklers. I love everything 4th of July and fun and all that good stuff. But anyway, Dartidius. I dropped my tungsten when I said your name. How are you? Where did I miss a Madcore up here? Let's see. Moose Maneuver, how are you doing? By the way, Moose Maneuver is very, very based. I want everybody to know that. And if you're on Twitter, you need to be sure you're following him. Divinity said we can start streaming to kick ass. We can't anything on there would be crazy fun. What is happening now? Oh, why do I not see these things on StreamYard? Anyway, Rabbit, thank you so much. Rabbit donated. Where's this thing at? Where'd that go? Rabbit has donated 5 memberships. Thank you, Rabbit. And by the way, guys, please join the Discord. It's over there on the members tab on the channel page. Go in there. Squad Bob has put up a picture of me. An action shot he got, evidently. And yeah, so yes, man, of course I'm ready for the party. Yes, I love these lights. What I love is that it was funny. It was Melissa Jane that told me I had to put them behind me because I had them in front of me and I was like, man, this isn't helping much. But anyway, yeah, please go there. Rayman, how are you doing? Just drop by and say hi, then back to bed, caught the flu. No way, man, that sucks. Raymond is, he also came in. We do, not as often as I want to, and I'm going to start kicking them up more, is chats over in Discord. And Raymond came in there, the last one I had, and just, we're just hanging out. It's Raymond, Darth Hideous came in there, a Great Dane Mom, Wolfkinder, Texas Jen, Melissa Jane. She was driving all over the place, man. It's crazy. It's crazy watching her drive because her car, she must have an import because her car, the steering wheel is on the wrong side. It's weird. It's like I think she works for the post office. But anyway, yes, it is. Oh wait, hang on a second here. Why is that not popping up? Okay, hang on here. We're gonna do a yeah, there we go.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
I don't know why, but I really wanted to see if I could do all that left-handed. And I did. It took a little bit longer. Tier Greater X, shout out to White Rabbit. Even though she's having a rough week, she's still producing Expert Show. Imagine how much of a mess this would be without her. It is a mess. And oh man, I've got one to tell you guys. So it's funny. And if Guava Ball's here, I'm in trouble. I know this. So she left to go check on her family. And I'm here in charge of the dogs. I am sitting right here in this spot when I hear what sounds like a baby seal being abused with a hot knife. I've never heard a more horrific, terrifying squeal. Squeal's the only thing, that's what I said. It was a squeal. I have no idea. It was it's Mucho Taco here. Mucho Taco, how are you doing? I'm so sorry that Taco Tuesday is not trivia. Yes, Divinity is a emoji. I got that idea from her, actually. And because we do paranormal. And the 13th is supposed to be the next one. And I got a feeling we'll be doing that. Okay? It'll be on this channel, which is I don't know, it might be on her channel. We'll see by then. But anyway, yeah, so Brown Dog let out and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm going out the window. I'm whatever I've got on, that's all I have. I'm starting my life over. I'm going to be like Bruce Banner. I'm going to walk the roads from town to town, hitchhiking to a sad piano song because I'm gone. You know what that Brown Dog did? We have a tall bed. It's a great big, wood bed frame, right? Big, huge thing. I like to It's the master bed. I liked it to be like me, you know? Bigger than life. Anyway, he likes to crawl underneath it. Well, I thought we had everything moved around where he couldn't do that. He must have moved things. He must know what. He had gotten underneath the bed, and for some reason he decided he needed to come out. And when he came out, I don't know if it was the way he was trying kicking his legs or what. He let out a squeal that I about died. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go running in there. Well, he's out now, and now he's like jumping around because everybody's all excited because he let out this blood-curdling yell, this scream, this awful thing. Blue Dog's running up to me. He runs up to me. I'm like, what is going on here? What are you guys doing? And he's like going in circles and jumping. And I'm like, no, stop it. Finally, I get him up on the bed. I have to get up on the bed. I'm laying in the middle, and I tell him both, I'm like, you lay down there. I had to yell at them. I had to yell at the dogs because he hurt himself. Is that not the worst thing in the world? And I'm like, I should have gone out the window. So anyway, sorry. Still waiting on Winning Reality to come in and save the day. Let's see here. I love this chat. Remember to hit the like. Please do. Sorry I can't type tonight. I can't type any night. Let's see here. Where do we go? Geez, that was a terrifying image. Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. It really was. I'm glad you're good, Mucho Taco. Darth Tidius, you're like Bruce Jenner. Don't church it up. I can't walk in heels, so I'm not 100% Jenner. Raymond, LL, walking with that song in your head is mandatory. It is, right? It is. The music community uses those photo stickers for interviews and members. They're really fun. I have one of my yes, they are fun. I just wish that you could pull them up. What color is the brown dog? He's yellow. He's a yellow lab. Wait a second. Oh, Alyssa Clips, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Guys, everybody, this is the legendary Alyssa Clips right here. She has awesome clip stuff, and yeah, go check her out. Let's see here. Someone moved the vowels around my keyboard. They move the vowels around in my head all the time too. That's my problem. TR Greater X. You might need to wait a little bit longer. May not be being direct like Darth Hideous may not work as well. Oh, I'm sorry. We're having too much fun here. What happened? Let's see here. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong Darth, I think. Wrong Darth. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, and she started figuring, I need to go see that stuff. So I think Winning Reality, I think he's got a computer problem. I think he needs electricity or something. I don't know what's happening. The taco, the man, the myth, the legend, the taco. Wait, hold on, wait, that's wrong. What? I did it too early. The taco. Words are hard. Typing is even harder. TR Greater X, you've never said more truer words. But with that said, let us all say a very happy welcome to Winning Reality. How are you, sir? That is some awesome voiceage. Is that happening in my head or is that everybody's head? Wait, hold on. Are you messing with me?
What's up?
I have a heck of an echo going on. Okay, so other people are saying that's happening too. I really thought it was my system. Did you see me? I was like, well, wait a second. What happened in here? Wait, hold on. What happened here? Darth Tidius says, "Hail Satan." Oh, El Satan. Winning reality. What is happening, man?
Let me get this.
Okay. He sounds like a fast-forwarded, high-speed Lou Gehrig. Oh man, that's so sad.
Is this better? Is this
Yes. Yes.
All right.
There's that smooth voice of yours again.
All right. Yeah, I am experimenting with a bunch of different types of background noise eliminators. So I'm just working through the process here.
Dude, I understand. I understand, man. I gave up is what I did. I gave up on working on anything new. I got my phone now works as as my camera, and for some reason it wasn't hooking up, and I was like, "What is going on?" It's like 2 minutes before I was supposed to go live, and I was like, "Screw it!" I just reset everything. I turned off the computer, turned off the phone, turned it back on. I was like, "I don't want change." This is why I use all Apple products, because it goes from the phone to the camera to the Al Gore intervention stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I'm working on a bunch of new stuff, just to kind of change things up some, and try to figure out where to go next with the channel. And so yeah, I've been trying a bunch of different things out and making improvements here and there.
So guys, wait, hang on a second. What? Zoot Zen Boots, Satan said, "Booger off, I'm sleeping." Okay. So guys, Winning Reality is, we met over on Cool Frogs. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just cool dude. He has a great voice. And of course, it seems like there's sometimes there's drama when we end up on, not between us, but around in the world. There seems that there's drama, and he said something about he's like, I think everybody's talked to the expert on this channel except for me, and I was like, well, dude, ain't time, man. Like, just come on. And he was supposed to come on back in January, and unfortunately 3D stuff got in the way. And then it's like, got busy with stuff, and I don't know, but I'm so glad you're here. I'm so happy you came in.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I tell you, I've been just as busy and kind of like off the chain as perhaps you have during that time period. So it all worked out for the best, and everything happens at the right time for the right reasons, right?
Dude, I'm so glad you said that, man, because people think they take it as a personal attack. You know, if like something happens in your life, and like if someone sends me a message or something, I'm not ignoring you. Like I want to put thought into it before I reply. And that might be a while before, or I might not see it because there's so many different ways to message or something like that. But today, especially with the tubes, it seems like everything's taken as an attack. And it's like, it might work out best if we just chill out. So yeah, I think this works out great, man.
It seems like things that we keep to ourselves a lot of times, we don't do that online. Like in person, you may actually give yourself a little bit more patience, like with something. Like, but do they mean it that way? Well, hold on. Let me just wait a minute. No, they don't. But online, it's like instant reaction. Oh, they meant this. They had to, because you put their voice in your head. If you don't hear it,
what's crazy to me is that so many times. I see Deanna's here again. How are you, Deanna? She came in the other night and was like, "This is a nice chat." And I was like, "Well, thank you. We try to keep it that way over here." But no, it's with like, especially here, man. There's so many comments, and so everything's written down, and people, it's like the whole like show me the receipts, which I hate that term. It's so worn out. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then I heard it a million more times by next Tuesday, and I'm like, whoa, We gotta slow down with this. We gotta come up with a new terminology. But no, it is. Oh, Leslie's here. How are you doing, Leslie?
Oh, and hello, chat,
everything's-
by the way.
Yeah. See, I'm always focusing back over there. I try to. I'm
I need to do
horrible.
more of that. I need to do more of that for sure.
The goal is 80% of the time in the chat. And so I might get 10 on some nights. But anyway, but yeah, with everything being written down, you can see what everybody has said and you can take it as like, by the sentence, which is I don't know, it's weird. I guess I'm trying to say we've seen a lot of drama here in the last couple of weeks. And
Oh yeah, it's been building for a while. Like, but not just with what's happening now, but the whole intent behind what's happening now. It's been building for a while.
yeah, it's just it's a weird thing. Oh wait, hang on a second, real.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super.
Boy, you can't believe I messed up the buttons, can you? I mean, that's all I ever do. Pass Master, thank you for the super chat. Good vibes, brother. Good evening, everyone. Hashtag good to see you. It's always great seeing you, Pass Master. And I'm sorry I'm so late. And I'm sorry we don't have trivia tonight. It's we just here at this the Casa de la Explorito has not been had the best times. Yeah, winning. You're right. It's stuff's been building up, and it's sad to see it all explode. But it's another.
It's more like a
learning
phoenix,
step.
It's more like a phoenix. It's burning out and then rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
Something new, something better, something a better version of what it was, maybe.
The other night I asked the question: if Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper, then what does Dr. Pepper Zero taste like? Sorry, that's just you got me thinking about that when you said something better than the original.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't drink soda anymore. I drink Body Armor Edge.
Congratulations.
Body Armor
man.
Edge, the soda replacement of all times. Get you some
I've not
today.
heard of
I'm
it.
not sponsored by them, but I should be.
I've not heard.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
dude, it's absolutely amazing. It got me off the Mountain Dew habit and like anything else from my old days.
Body Armor Edge. I'm gonna have to try that, man. Because I know I need to be off soft drinks, man. That's a big no for me.
Dude,
I say
it works like a champ. You won't miss it. You won't miss anything about the old days with this stuff.
that is.
And you got
awesome.
a variety of flavors. You can mix it up.
Uh,
Yeah, I've always told anybody that has that bad habit to switch over. It'll save you. It'll save every, yeah, and it's good for you too.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
I
it's
think
got.
I
You want me
want
to
this.
read?
Hold on, where's my? I've got a pen somewhere. I'll just go up here.
You can look it up,
Body
but I'll just read some of the ingredients in it. First of all, no colors or artificial sources. It's 10% coconut water, but you don't really taste that. And it's just loaded with great things for you. Everything's pure, and it's got all kinds of vitamins, and I mean it's like loads. I can't even read how many there are in here.
That's awesome, man. I'm getting to the point now where I need a AARP pill carrier counter or whatever for all the vitamins I take. And I'm like, why am I taking so many vitamins? And it's like, should I just take a multivitamin? But now it's like, no, I need to take an A. I need to take a B12. I need to take, I forget fish oil. That's the big one. Every time you go to the doctor now, they want you to take a new kind of vitamin. And so, yeah, I need anything with vitamins in it. By the way, I love this screen name. Do you see this? Dixie,
Yeah.
how are you doing? Winning. I'm going to shut up. Tell us about your channel, what you do, and why you're good at it.
Well, Oh, well, I'm trying to get better at it. um, well, my channel really is a conglomeration of a few things. It's entertainment, but it's also like has a serious side to it, and it kind of divides up between the videos I put out and the live streams I do. So the videos I've been doing lately, or at least for a while now, has been parody videos of the law, if you will, LawTube universe that we exist around or in or somewhat touch, whatever. Everybody kind of shies away from that name, but it needs something. It doesn't have to be official, but it just has to be, able to be identified. The and so in this one, it's like I call it Lawtainment, the Lawtainment universe. So it's a universe parallel, but where everything kind of goes right, and it's kind of fun loving in an 80s style, musical style environment. Like I used to think that it would be funny if life was a musical for a day. Everybody had to sing their points, and everybody kind of just busted in behind them with the backup harmonies and the dance moves.
Dude, you know what that
What a great
I'm
day
gonna
that would
say? Yeah, I'm gonna say South Park.
Something like that, yeah.
The
yeah,
South Park
something like
movie,
that.
man. I was so taken back to find out that was a musical, and so I watched it. I'm like, I don't like musicals. I was like, oh well, this is kind of cool. Sorry, it's just my random. If everybody broke into song and dance, but yeah.
You're right. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like where, people have innate abilities and talents that they don't normally have. And it still has the same kind of dynamics, but, where you have the good guys and the bad guys, but but they're more comical and it's more, I guess, palatable, I guess. But it's about kind of just like taking a break from the drama or just the day in and day out topics that revolve around the community, and kind of just having a different little take on it, like more of like a movies kind of 80s movies kind of take on it, where it's just nutty things happen and anything's possible, and people come and go, they switch sides, they just do things like that you wouldn't normally see. So
So it sounds
yeah.
like fun.
It's fun. I try to make it fun. I try to make it fun and funny and a break from just the normal kind of what's going on. So if you can follow the recent series, which is called Law 2 is Getting Weird, you'll see like from the beginning, it kind of starts out as a a one-off kind of almost mistaken concept where Nick sings a song after he gets back from getting banned from Keffels, right? And then it kind of catches on. Then all the lawyers start catching on. They're all singing along. They're all singing songs. Then they kind of form teams. Then they form bands, and it kind of just goes on from there. And it's pretty fun. I think it's fun. But if you like this guys and like the content, you'll probably enjoy that different take on things. And of course, the bad guys are there too. The cancel mob is there, and they're trying to foil the LawTube guys on the back end, and their attempts, are comical, and the story kind of stops at a certain point right now, but it'll pick back up. I had to drop off for the serious side of my channel, which is like root cause solutions and to root cause issues. So we identify more of the deeper things that are going on in society. I have a background as an activist, online activist, 10 years spanning, where I've had a lot of adventures online and ran into a lot of characters and have a lot of stories, and people seem to enjoy those. So I like to tell those stories, and some of those stories, one in particular, kind of got me down into a different aspect of the world here. And then now I've been doing research for the past month into this certain topic or this certain person who came on the scene, resurrected from the past, if you will, to battle Nick Rekieta, and he's in the Lawtainment universe as well. And then we got a little bit mixed up, and me trying to actually just really get an interview and talk to the dude, see what he's all about. I was immediately associated with everything he doesn't like and gone after, and there's some unfinished business there. But that's what I've been working on for the last month, is trying to really drill down on that mystery, and actually, believe it or not, it's not just one-sided. It's when I do something like that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going for the truth. So whether there's a rumor that's true or not true, I try to figure that out. And whether there's a mystery there, I try to figure that out. I just try to get to the truth. It's like, it is what it is. I don't want,
Yeah.
it's, if it comes out to be in someone's favor, then that's what it is. And I'll say that. And I will give people credit for where credit is due always. And then with no fear, whether that's a popular opinion or not. And I will also, when it's possible, give out whatever I can to prove the information is false or true. Like, but we run into this problem now, and it's a problem that's relative. Is that these so people can stop you from telling the truth now. They can use copyright strikes and so on and abuse the system. And that's something I would say out of my research over the past several months, there's so many different stories that's come out of it, but the root of these of this DMCA strikes and this trolling and this use of trolling and all the things that we're seeing right now, this is history repeating itself. Like, I literally just got through studying all this stuff like 10 years back to now, and or more, even like maybe more like 15. I'm probably just being really conservative with that take. But I'm seeing the same thing that was happening then come back around, which is crazy. So that's probably one of the things I want to talk about tonight, as far as what I'm going to do with my channel. I see a need for something, and I want to fill that need, because I think it's what needs to be talked about to get to the root cause solution in this issue, and that is the DMCA and as a topic in general, right? I want to have people on to discuss the DMCA as it stands today and go through it piece by piece, and people who stand on both sides of current issues, even if they can stomach having a conversation and actually showing up for something like that, where we actually just try to come to a conclusion about the DMCA and what it represents and what it means. I know it sounds impossible, right? But in a format there where we accept when we walk in the door that we're here for the truth, not to be right, not to prove to ourselves that our opinion is right, but to find the truth together and kind of work out and listen to each other's points of view. So I want to be able to do that now. I think there's a need for it now. In order for me to do that now, I have to take my research and everything I've been doing for the last several months and the story that I've been working on to conclude my my series on Monty and all that stuff. So yeah, it's one, in case you didn't know, I was talking about Monty. Because I started a series and then I started getting strikes and privacy strikes, and I started getting barriers to being able to finish what was just a history lesson, really just going back in time to figure things out, which forced me into position to actually go so deep into the history that it took months to actually sort through, rather than just having an interview and finishing it up and wrapping up. I had to go so deep down the rabbit hole, and it is a rabbit hole, let me tell you, several one.
Hey,
And that
quick,
connects back to the okay.
Oh, I just want to say, I saw Purple Phoenix is showing up in here. Purple, how are you doing? I hope you're recovering from your concussion well. The other day, Winning, she was standing in her kitchen, and she woke up on the floor. And they had to take her. The ambulance came, took her to the hospital. She had a concussion. No idea how she passed out or whatever happened, and ended up like that. And so she's
Ouch.
been, she's like, here she is. She's hanging in there. I'm glad to hear that. And Purple has a channel. You want to talk about it. You see these channels. Purple might be able to put Cool Frog on blast, as for not like bad blast. Purple could do that too. She is a tiger, but she's a phoenix. But she has a channel. She streams. It's like how Cool Frog does. It's just these very long streams, and she has a retention rate of viewers over there unlike anything else you've seen on YouTube. It's really amazing. You gotta check her out sometime. And what's funny is I've gone in and I'm like, I have no idea what she's talking about. I've listened for an hour. I have no idea what's happening, but I love her voice. And so that, which is a neat thing for me. Like, that's another part of YouTube that's just, you end up with people that you in the 3D world, I doubt I would listen to somebody talk about someone I don't know for hours, and just realize I'm falling asleep to it and stuff. It's cool, and I hope she's doing getting better too. So yeah, Purple, still praying for you. Of course, I pray for everybody.
Yeah, no doubt. I figure out what happened there. Was it just like chemical, or was it like
Don't
physical?
know. She was. I think, did she say that she had taken her kid to school and then was in her just like in her kitchen and just fell. It doesn't remember anything. Doesn't remember it. Just remembers waking up on the floor and had to go to the hospital. There's another, and she's a creator too. A small creator is Deb Mormore comes in here. She is a former school teacher. She taught English, and she does a channel where she reads like scary stories and whatnot. She's like reading the Donner Pass journals right now on her channel. And she came in, and I hadn't seen her for a while. I was getting worried about her. And she said she went to the hospital with in a diabetic shock, and she had never been diabetic before. It was just, she's just having her normal day, and then all of a sudden, wham, you have diabetes.
Ouch. Yeah.
she's
Another reason to get off the soda.
well, she lives a healthy life, I think. It doesn't have this in family or anything else. It just happened. So that's yeah. Look, Purple saying there's more testing coming up to see what happened. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just crazy. Well, so you said you spent online activism. That's what is online activist?
Well,
Like Tim Pool?
Nah. He Tim Pool in his day was like a outside, like a real world activist. Like he was out in the open doing that stuff. If you remember right, if you ever did you ever watch, like, I used to call it protest TV. Did you ever used to watch that? It was like when like Luke Rudowski would get on with his little camera and he would go down into the protest. This is when you could do this, actually, before Antifa and all them got all crazy. But they used to be called Black Bloc back in the day. But they would be there, but they just wouldn't be running the show at that point. But he would go down to the protest and get in the middle of the protest, so you could literally be in the protest, just as Luke Rudowski, if you will. And you could spend hours just watching it. He would go person to person and go back and forth, and you see everything that was going on. There was like 5 or 6 guys who did the same thing, and Tim Pool was one of them. That's where he kind of knew him from. And then there was the Occupy thing and all that stuff. But which is there's a mixed bag there. But yeah, so okay, back in those days, I was strongly Ron Paul, and I was pushing to hopefully get him to get the nomination for the Republican Party, so that we could oust the neocons and have actually a real choice in the elections. Because I didn't feel like the Bush Clinton dynamic was a real choice. I felt like that was just two sides of the same coin, which I think everybody here agrees with that. But at this point, we know that to be true because these people vacation together. And as soon as somebody different got on the right,
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
They switched sides and went back and voted with for the left, and which is what I said was going to happen if Ron Paul got in. I said everything that happened to Trump when he got in. I was saying this is what's going to happen when Ron Paul gets in. So it was no surprise. A lot of this happened to me.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get people to realize that there's a difference between factions and the right, and not to have that traditional college point of view about left and right, or the Democrats and Republicans, because I had come to that realization. I'd figured that part out. So I'd broke through that part of myself, and I figured, hey, if we're ever going to have a shot to get an honest president in there, whether he's on the left or the right, we have to get rid of the corruption and the false left-right paradigm. So that was what I was working on, as well as defending people against disinformation, and these rabbit holes that people fall into once they shrug off the mainstream media and the establishment narrative. Yeah. So I was literally fighting the people who were like, Monograph and his friends of the time, but they were on YouTube and I was on Facebook, and I was on I was more like at the front line. So I was fighting the people that were trying to tell your friends this stuff. Those were the groups that we were going after. We called it like policing our own neighborhood, or minding our own community. It's like whatever. it was like if we all took our own space and monitored it and made sure that disinformation was debunked when it came about, then people wouldn't fall into it. And believe it or not, people do fall into it and they get stuck there for a lifetime. So that part of the activism was like really the real truth movement, trying to keep the fake truth movement from influencing people into believing these wild conspiracy theories and taking things way too far, discrediting the whole side, causing division, which is still, as we see, still happens today. There was a guy, Original Q, way back then too, that people just don't know about really, but it's where the whole idea of the plan came from. This guy named Drake Kent Bailey. And we were on that case, keeping people like from the Ron Paul revolution out of that, from falling in as many as we could, right? Yeah. But so that's what I mean by activism. Like that's what we were doing. We were promoting Ron Paul liberty, the idea of liberty, trying to get people reintroduced to the philosophy of liberty, so they understood that they had rights and that they and what this world was supposed to look like. Not supposed to be authoritarian. It's supposed to be free, right? So that's what we were doing back then.
I don't know, man. You're bringing back a lot of political memories for me. And it's like, that was I don't know. I don't do a lot of politics on this side. I do it on locals.
We don't have to go there. I'm just touching the past.
My thing is that both sides have figured out how to electrify their voters in a way that college football does. So like college football, they're very rival. Like you have in-state rivalry. Look at Alabama and Auburn. Alabama, the state of Alabama is a small state, but the University of Alabama football is nationally, internationally known. And their top rival is a school, 150, 200 miles away in Auburn, and they hate each other. I mean, they got to the point where an Alabama fan went to Auburn and poisoned these beloved oak trees. I don't know, like every school has some tradition, right? Well, these are like 200-year-old oak trees. The football team gets underneath them, and I don't know, they do their chants and stuff before a game, whatever it is. These things are a huge part of Auburn tradition. Well, this Alabama fan went and poisoned them, killed the trees, drives back to where's the Alabama? I almost said Talladega. Jeez. Not Tallahassee, that's Florida. Why am I drawing a blank, man? Maybe I've got a mental problem. Tuscaloosa. He drives back to Tuscaloosa, calls a sports radio show, and brags about what he did. So the guy ends up in jail. But it's so ridiculous to think, there's that much fever, and because it's a college sport, right? You should be you want your team to win, but you don't attack the other team just because they're there. And they've taken that passion and they've converted that into the electorate. And so the voters now, I couldn't believe the other day I was on Reddit trying to find some stuff about the Ohio train derailment. And I couldn't believe, sorry, Yukaya Rama from Twitch is over here. How are you doing? I couldn't believe that people were attacking Ohio for voting for Trump. I'm like, what does that have to do with the train derailment? What does that have to do with the government not doing their basic needs, that we pay our taxes for, like the EPA coming in there? What's happening there? Why is there 44,000 animals have perished around there? And people were making it political. I'm like, these are human lives. It's so beyond that. And I don't know, it's just when Trump got elected, you saw both sides, they started seething. You could see them, they were just mad. Hey, Tweety US News. They were just mad about it. It was mainly, it's like people said, he couldn't be bought because he's rich.
Mhm.
And I don't know. That's just when you start talking about like Ron Paul and all that stuff, and like saying like you saw like what if he did win, that he'd be treated the same way like Trump was. I'm like,
yeah.
it's just sad. It's just sad to think that.
Well, it's because he's anti-establishment. It's like then it's the establishment kicking back. So,
Yeah.
that's what it is. If you've never thought about it before, there's the perfect example right there. That's why, because I say there's not really a left and a right. There's the establishment versus the rest of us. And by
Yeah,
the
it's
establishment,
true.
I mean the people that are bought into it and the people that are doing the corrupting and maintaining it. And it's going to head somewhere. Don't think it's just the way things is. It's all with intent. But it's because it's an idea in motion, right? It's this idea of elitism, that there are better people than other people in this world. And that has nothing to do with race or sex or anything. Those are byproducts of elitism. Racism and sexism, I call them elitism with an agenda. Basically, you just take the same concept of being superior and then you apply it to a certain area, and then you can cause division with that area and you can control it. You can pick a side, whichever side is more profitable and more powerful at the time, or fits your agenda more at the time. You just pick a side, and you already think both sides are beneath you, so it doesn't matter what side you're on. That's the elitist attitude. I think that's what we see in society right now. When you have these elitist people who live behind these giant gates with these guards and this whole private world that we can't afford to be in, people like me and you and everybody else here can't afford to be in,
Yeah.
and they're raised behind this basically you could have worlds sitting on top of each other and never know that there's a world right next to you because you're so involved in your world. I mean,
Yeah.
I it's like that with music actually. There's this giant hip hop scene here in Atlanta that I've never seen, right? But I've been in the music industry for 20 some years, and
It's crazy.
yeah, it's like, but I've never. I mean, I've been to the studio where I've been in the studio multiple times. I've played in the studio where Outkast made their Grammy-winning CD. Their pictures are on the wall, all that shit, right? But I've never ever crossed into that world. I've never been down to where the Dirty South takes on, and does shows and stuff like that. We just don't cross. That's what I mean. You could be right next to a world and not even know it's there.
And it's amazing how that is. And maybe I don't know. Maybe the internet's kind of changed things a little bit, but it used to be. It's always like in Hollywood, you see the Hollywood actors, they were just throwing a fit because of paparazzi or whatnot. And now I think it was fake. I think they were against the paparazzi because they really wanted the paparazzi. But now as like I mean, you're talking like Atlanta. There's stuff going on there you've never seen. I know, like when I was in Nashville, I forget who the guy was. He was in front of me at a gas station buying beer, and the gas station attendant said, "Hey, I need to see your ID," and he's like, "Well, I don't have my ID." And the guy that was with him was like, "Don't you know who that?" Or no, he said, "Oh, she said I can't I can't sell it to you." And you could tell him the way he was dressed and stuff. And they were talking about before they went to a line, like they were painting like his house or something like that. It's a weird, normal conversation, right? Well, he's like, "Well, what are we gonna do? We're here to buy beer." And she said, "Well, I can sell to him, but you can't be in here." So he left and went and got out of his truck. And as soon as he leaves, his buddy who had his ID said, "Don't you know who that guy is?" And I looked, I was like, I've been thinking this guy kind of looks familiar, but I don't know. And he said, "That's, might as well be Garth Brooks as far as I know." And the chick
Blame it all
behind
on
the
my
counter,
roots.
yeah, the chick behind the counter is like, "I don't know who that is." And I thought that was the funniest thing, that he lived like a mile away from where this gas station was. And his buddy's just like blunt, like you don't know who this is. And I was like, no, it's just normal people, like you're not going down to the hip hop scene. That's not your thing.
Right.
For the cash register at the Mapco, country music's not her thing. It's not my thing. I don't know who the guy is. I just can't remember. So yeah, it's just it's strange, but yeah, all this stuff is I don't know. It's for celebrity to work. You have to seek it out. You know, you have
Oh
to
yeah,
go
it's
find
all
it.
about enablement, man. It's all about enablement, man. It's like enablement and support, man. There's a fine line between the two. I talk about that a lot too. It's so going back to like what we were talking about my channel being that was like part of it, right? That's part of it. It's like just talking about things like that, philosophies, and just looking deeper into things. I'm really about just diving to the bottom of things and the root of things to talk about them. Mind control is one of them, perception, how the brain works. I think my opening stream was about the operating system of the human brain. So because that's where I start with things. So I'll walk you through it real quick. It's kind of fun. So a person is born, right? And they're born deaf. They've never heard a word. They don't know how to. They've never been taught the language, and they haven't been taught any kind of type of language, right? So, but they think. And does that person have an inner voice? Is the question, right? Like most of us have an inner voice.
Yeah.
Some people don't. That's kind of scary, but they don't. But yeah. So do they have an inner voice? And if so, what is it like?
Dude, yeah, I never thought about that, right?
Right? Yeah, it's good. It's good thinking, man. It's just exercising the brain here, and so I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. They think their voice is images. It's images. So the root operating system, the root core language of our operating system of our brain is images, right? Mm-hmm. So then we develop languages as a more efficient means of organizing and understanding the images, because even letters in language are symbols, little circle, little line, little curve, and we start to associate meanings with them. Well, that's the way that the human brain works. And even dreams themselves it's like the end of the day processing of every thought and every type of thought and what you see, input that you've had being compressed down into images and stored and filed in long-term memory. Right. So we get to witness that in our dreams. And, some people say, well, those are pathetic, but you're smart. So you're seeing ahead, you're putting two and two together. You're making logical conclusions about things and impressions about things. They're being translated into images. So we see those images. That's why dreams are so weird. And they're so all over the place. Right. But they're things that are familiar that we've seen recently, and that's why when you don't get enough sleep, things get kind of messed up. But that's how it works. So then that goes into mind control and how you can take a person who has in good standing with everybody in the world and ruin them just by associating them with hardened archetypes of evil or mistrust or anything like that. So you're seeing the comparisons to people they want to ruin, like Trump, to people like Hitler, who are profoundly known by every person on the planet to be one of the big representations of evil, is because of the things that went on during his campaign in Germany, right? The Reich. So these are tricks that the media has learned how to use over time to manipulate our impressions and dictate a narrative to us. So these are things we talk about. Like we dive to the root of these problems, and then we talk about solutions and how do we come together as a society and get past our own hangups, get past our own issues, to unify and take control of our language again, so that we can out corruption and actually have a decent place for our children to grow up and our generations down the road to prosper and have the place that we always thought that we had. So that's kind of the serious side of the channel. And that's the stuff that I like to work on and like to talk about. And we dive into dimensional thinking, like, okay, so we do things like, how about, we study all the dimensions, right? We're like, okay, so what are all these dimensions, and how does that affect us if it's real, right? So how would we fit into this? How would religion fit into this? How would our purpose of our life fit into this scenario? And just talk about it. It's fun. I love talking about stuff like that. Some people dig it, some people don't. They're like, this is too crazy.
It's a brain exercise.
It's all brain exercise. Yeah, it's just all fun and really to grow. And people have
I'm
some
looking
great
at your
things to
channel
say.
now, and I love your tagline is unrigging the game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. So do you have more than one channel?
Right now, that's all I have right now. I am thinking about expanding in different ways, but I'm just trying to figure out what to do right now. That's kind of like the point of what I said my big announcement's going to be about tonight. It's not just that I'm going to jump to focusing on the DMCA because we need a place to do that and have conversations and debates about it, and an attempt to get my channel going again because it's been on hiatus for about a month and a half. As I've been on a research hiatus, so I haven't been putting anything out. There's some unfinished business there, but I'm going to settle that really fast and then move on. The other thing is this. I know a lot of people have been waiting for my follow up on the Monogra stuff, and I have it. It's 99.9% ready, but here's the problem, and this is what I learned along the way. I'm never going to be able to release it the way I want to, in a way that it can be digestible to everybody, because as soon as I do, I'm going to get struck. Okay, that's going to happen. I've literally been struck behind my channel. You know, like I had videos taken down that I had no intention of releasing, because Senor Monte has some good friends down there, and he gets alerted. And anybody who posts his videos, by the way, he gets alerted as soon as you upload it. So if you're allowed to keep it, that means you just let it go. That's all it is. So just to let you guys know that, because I had a private video that I was sharing with another researcher, someone who was helping me out, and I had no intentions of ever sharing it. So I was like very blatant about things in it. And they gave him an invite to watch the whole thing, and then he just took it down. Monograph, he's taught me a lot in a weird way. He's taught me a lot about the world, and I definitely have respect for him in that area, because he knows his shit when it comes to what's going on around here. But I'm not to say that I condone all of his behavior, but I'm just saying that if you don't respect the guy, you should, and that's all. I'll leave it at that. I mean, as far as like, don't think he's a dumbass because of the way he talks, right? He's not. I knew another guy like that.
But it's okay to think I'm a dumbass, because I'll tell you I am. Hey, Tweety US News says, "Are your eyes turning yellow?"
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Nope, they're still blue.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I was like, I've been sitting here staring, and then I look at the next comments. Nikki's like, I'm supposed to be building walls shelves right now, but I'm standing here staring at my phone. I thought she was gonna be like, your eyes are turning yellow. So I stopped and I started looking again at you, and it's like, oh no, it's because you're so interesting. And I was like, oh, well, so yeah, Nikki's a fan of yours. She just subbed too, she said.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, the thing I can do is this. I've got some clever ways of doing it, that'll make it fun, and it'll make it safe to actually go into the answers that people are looking for. Because I was actually doing a timeline of just the history, but there's more to it. So what I'm going to do is, in order for me to be able to move on to new things sooner and be able to do this safely, I'm going to have to do it in a way that, one, I can't get copyright struck for, and two, that is out of the view, at least unless Monty wants to spend some money on me, which would be sweet of him, but out of the view of him and his trolls. So I'm going to put it in members. I'm going to make a membership tier for it. I'm sorry. Look, TR, I'm telling you right now, you're fine, buddy. You're fine. Okay. I'm not gonna. People that have been with me through this, people that have been there from the start, you're gonna get a private, special off YouTube viewing and interview with me, in person, where we can all talk or do whatever in my Discord, just us. Okay. And I'm gonna give you guys this stuff, right? Because you guys have been there for me the entire time. I'm just talking about going forward. Like I gotta put my mark on this and then move forward. 'Cause really, it's taken up way more time than I thought it would. Mm-hmm. But man, the granularity of the research I've done, I'm telling you, if whatever question you have, I've pretty much answered it. Whether you like the answer or not has to do with whatever. I'm gonna do one stream that's basically gonna be really short about this, and I'm just gonna kind of lay out a lot of those things in there. My findings, if you will, no clips, no anything else, just me talking, because that's the way I have to do it. Can't use names. I'm going to be using nicknames. I'm going to be doing everything safe to keep this information out there so that people can understand it. Mainly what I want to do, and I'll wrap this whole thing up with this. Mainly what I want to do is make sure that when people come across Mr. Monograph, they do not do the dumb thing that is out there and say the wrong things to him, and get involved with him. If you like what his content is, fine. He's actually kind of funny and he's kind of entertaining. But I wouldn't, some of the information I would just really look into, right? Just research it. That's fine, dude. I also don't want to, take away the dude's thing, right? So I know he likes to take away people's things, but I'm not him. I'll never become what I fight.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. I don't want people to fall into the trap that we fell into because Nick Rekieta came out and said, "Oh, he's my retard," all right, and we all thought it was a big joke, and 15 people ended up on his list, got on his bad side because of it, and probably 15 people wouldn't have if Nick had said, "Look, guys, just leave this dude alone. He's serious business. He's got a beef with me. It's between me and him. Don't worry about it. I got this. I'm gonna block him right now. They're not gonna see any more of his comments, and we're gonna move on." That's what he should have done, in my opinion. Baking him out to be a retard or some kind of like imbecile, and then saying the things he said about them, which I can tell you aren't true.
Yeah.
It was a big mistake, and I like Nick. I like him a lot, and I think that the whole thing got blown out of hand. But I think that he gave the wrong impression to people, and I want to make sure that people know this guy's history, so that when they decide if they want to mess with him or not, they have something that's real to go by.
Yeah.
Just my little contribution to the world.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and I saw Nick Rekieta, and evidently they're going at it like this right now, and I think between you and me, so I hope nobody's listening, but I think Rekieta's really screwed up with this. I think he should have just chilled out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you start talking about somebody like that, you said it yourself, you get behind the keyboard, right? You say things differently. You wouldn't say that 3D world. If Rekieta started saying that stuff in the 3D world, someone would punch him in the mouth. And, you'd have a repercussion from it. And
right.
I think that's, if you're saying something that is going to make somebody punch you in the face, you need to stop saying it, because you don't know how hard they can punch, and that's the thing here. Nothing's clear cut. Nothing is, TR Greater X is trying to get rid of us. Dude, if I will, I'll do everything I can. I don't know how to switch this stuff over. I know you can do it.
Bullfrog's not even on yet.
Oh,
it doesn't go on until 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so he's not getting anything. He's not getting anything right now. So see, I couldn't do it if I know how to do it before a stream, but I don't know how to. It's a lot of work. Do you stream at all, Winning Reality?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I just haven't been doing a lot. And here's the other thing: I'm gonna be doing a lot more streaming. Right? I mean, okay, I'll be streaming whenever Cool Frog isn't streaming. I'll be streaming. So I'll be streaming from 1:30 to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Oh, okay. That's actually
You get that joke?
In the afternoon.
You didn't get the joke. I said whenever Cool Frog isn't streaming.
Oh,
so that's like
duh.
1:30
Oh,
to
duh.
1:30 to 2 on Sundays. It's like,
I
no,
thought like
unfortunately,
1:30
we're
or
gonna be
2.
crossing over some time periods here. But yeah, I gotta get back to it. Here's the other thing: it's like I need to do something with the channel the way that I intended to do it. Like I shouldn't. If I'm not doing something productive with the channel, I need to not do it. I need to stop, because I take time away from my son and my and other things in my life to do it. So it has to be productive, right?
Yeah.
And and I want it to be productive. And here's the deal I'll make with everybody: you help me make it productive, right? You help me get a consistent audience in my streams. You help me get my my subs up and my content, like break the freaking YouTube trying to hold me down algorithm, right? And I will, and I promise you this, I will show my face. I will become a person instead of just an idea, right? So I'm putting it out there to you. You guys want to see these baby blues? Hook me up, man. Let's go. Help me make this real.
Boy, you gotta deliver now, man. You gotta deliver.
I put it out there. I always keep my promises, man. I always come through with my word. So far,
that's awesome.
It's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, look, Alyssa's here for you to do it. Boom.
See, Alyssa's one of the few people who knows what I look like.
Uh-oh, that's scary. I don't know if that's why that's scary. I don't know why. Words come out of my mouth. Word salad. I stole that line from Cool Frog. Word salad. No, it's and well, even it's funny you said about Cool Frog. it's weird how like streaming. I'm like for me like I'm trying to get a time set up and it's so hard because it's it's for me it's like when you have that go just something's in you like okay I'm going and you're ready to do it and you jump on. I don't know how I don't know. It's there's just people are either streamers or they're not. It seems like, and that's why I was wondering if you because I don't see over here. It doesn't say anything on your stuff that says live, and that's why I was wondering. I was like, oh, do you not do?
Oh
live?
yeah. No, I had to pay. All that stuff's in memberships, man.
Oh,
Like, and what's
okay.
left of it, like it's gotten picked apart. Like, so I just decided that hey, I cover controversial stuff, and right now we're talking about stuff that pisses people off, I guess. So I'm just I'm gonna put it. I'm either gonna take it down or I'm gonna put it in memberships until
Oh, that's cool.
until it's not. So I mean, no,
Yeah.
it gives a false impression, doesn't it? I mean, I have an issue with it as well. I don't like having to do it, but all of it is over on Rumble. And by the way, I'm on Rumble, and I'd much rather stream over there. So if I could ever
Really?
get an audience going over, yeah, because I can do music, I can do everything I want to do, right? I have to like watch myself on YouTube. I can't use my
You,
sound deck and make fun music intros and you know I can't do the things I want to do. I'm a musical creative person. I like to involve a lot of things on my show.
yeah.
But I will be adding some new stuff. I have been working to learn new things during this time as well, and we will actually have a type of trivia as well.
Really?
I found a really cool not a trivia night per se, but
Yeah.
we'll have trivia questions pop up that might give you some information about topics that you want to know about,
Oh,
like
that's cool,
where
man.
people lived or like who they knew or names, places, things like that.
I
Just
need to
basic
do.
trivia.
The saddest thing is, which is the best thing to ever do, or the easiest low hanging fruit, is always put a poll up for every live stream, and I can never remember. Isn't that sad? I mean, Mean Copium told me he said, "Man, do it." He said, "You'll be surprised. People will really start to enjoy." It. He goes like, "I put up like Coke or Pepsi." And I was like, "What?" And then one time I did that, I did Coke or Pepsi, and like I had 100% of like however many had watched that day. I had like 100% had voted in a poll. I was like, "Well, this really is an interactive thing. People really do get into this stuff." I don't know. It's just, but yeah, doing a trivia pop up questions would be awesome.
Yeah, just
I
like
think
kind of
keep
here
people
and there.
interested. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'll
Uh,
do like something towards the end of the stream too, like that'll maybe be topical. Like I want to do more topical stuff too. Like I'm like I don't jump on topics, and it seems like that's what really helps your channel out. So I need to
or
be
you
more
stay on
topical.
topic.
Well, whatever the topic of the day is. I mean, I don't
I'm not.
necessarily want to go full on reading the news all the time. Like that's not really
Uh,
what I want to do. Yeah, there's enough people doing that. And but I want to do like I want to be involved in the conversation when there's something going on.
um. Yeah. Well, I understand. It's Hang on, I was just checking. Wait, hold on. Am I on the right thing? Because I did also. Let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, Tweety,
S-
I'll never my eyes will never be yellow.
why is
Will
that?
never be yellow because
What is the thing with
one
yellow?
eye.
Mellow
Well,
yellow?
yellow is like the color. The one I don't really like the color all that much, but
Oh,
two,
it's like yellow
it just
bellied.
what it represents is not me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I got you, man.
definitely.
That's cool. Mike Gohagan, Mexican Coke. That is true. That is the best. Um, of
Oh
course,
yeah,
right
hold on.
now. What?
Tweety, let me just explain. One more time. I'll explain. The green eyes are like when I'm in like in the like either I'm away or like I'm kind of like out there or I'm in like law attainment. Right. Blue eyes is when I'm live and I'm up and I'm just like in this mood right here. Just here to talk and hang out and have a good time. Just me. And then the red is more like when I'm intense or focused or up little bit edgy. A little bit. Maybe I'm a little bit pissed about something. Maybe I'm a little fired up. The fire is in the eyes when it's red. I'm bringing the light to topics. So, there you go.
Dude, that is so cool. Something as small as like the eyes on your avatar have a meaning. That is so cool, man. That's such a detailed thing. You know, I
I'm,
mean, that's
I,
just
I'm the kind of person where everything is kind of a little bit like that, you know. It's
yeah.
like I have like multiple reasons I'm doing things. I don't just have one. It's just, you know, there has to be a lot of things that come together for me to. I don't know. It just turns out that way. What else can I say?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Unfortunately, I obsess over little things too much. I never get the big things done because of it. So, I mean, yeah, Robin just put up hot topics. Yeah, she like the first time she was ever here, she was like, "So do you talk about hot topics?" And I thought she was talking about the place in the mall that sells like emo clothes.
I
You know, I was like,
haven't been to the mall
no,
in forever.
yeah. Well, but you know the place I'm talking about, right?
Uh-uh.
You've heard of Hot Topic, the store?
Oh, maybe like a long time ago. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know. It's where all
It,
the emo kids in South Park hang out.
they used to like sell
Second
like
reference.
breakdancing clothes like way back in the 80s.
I don't know if they did or not.
Do you remember the breakdancing clothes, dude? The zippers and the parachute pants.
Oh, like Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Didn't he like he had a cool jacket when what it was? Yeah, he wore one when he did
Delirious.
the was it Delirious? Was
Yep.
that his stand up?
Rule number one.
Dude, you know, what was the one? I thought it was it I thought it was called Raw.
There's Raw
Oh
too,
well.
yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
Maybe that's the
Yep.
one that, like I was thinking of. Like I'd never seen it, and the White Rabbit's like, you've never seen it, and there's this thing. It's like when you live in the projects and you're going to the ice cream truck. It's like you're the biggest deal on earth, you know. It's like you're running around going, "I got $1, I'm buying ice cream," and I'm like, she started doing that one day. It's like, "I got $1." I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this sounds weird. And so we had to watch the whole show. I was like, oh my gosh, like I totally like I've never seen it before. That's awesome.
Yeah,
But
I'd love to
yeah,
do a replay of that.
yeah, yeah, dude.
Watch
Like
along.
all the old classic stuff, man. That's I get that from probably from my dad. He was always like, you need to watch the old stuff because that's the only way you'll learn about new stuff. Everything you're gonna see, and he complains about like in like my youth, like everything's like, oh, everything's censored. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, everything back in your youth was censored. You know, it's like everything was bad. And he's like, you have no idea how cool it is to think that Elvis Presley is a controversial figure. And I was like, if you think about it
It is.
now, how awesome is that? That Elvis Presley is the topic of conversation because he's so crazy. He's got all these girls all sexed up. I mean,
Yep.
it's like that really is cool, and that really nobody talks about anybody today. It's like, can you believe that person? They have all these young girls just all hot and bothered. That really is a pretty wild thing. But anyway, uh, I don't know, man. I got a weird outlook on everything.
No,
So
that,
you
that's
talk,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious though.
yeah.
Today it's like all about like, what people think you are. And like, it's like not what you actually are doing, but what they say you're doing so that they can smear you. This is whole perception war that's going on. Where like, I was trying to say this.
Oh,
Everything is enablement and perception. So like when someone trolls or like puts out something about somebody else, I was talking about this with someone last night, and I said, when someone puts out a troll, sorry for the train there, if you can hear it. If you can't, the AI noise cancellation is working really well. The
oh, you live near a train?
There's a train over there somewhere,
Yeah, like
way down the road, but you can
yeah,
hear it.
It hit me after the Ohio accident. Like I was like, because there's a train. Like, I know where there are train tracks, but I don't think of them as being close to my house. When you look at the Google Earth maps, and you're like, oh, they're like right over here is those tracks. They're actually very close. And then after the Ohio thing, it's like, wait a second, I'm not that far from the train tracks. And it hit me. I was like, I wouldn't know what to do if I was told you gotta grab everything right now and leave. It's like
That's a good, yeah, it's a good thing to think about.
Dude, it takes me 30 minutes to figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast. You know, I mean, yeah, I can't. It's like, what do you grab if you're going
But
to
yeah,
go?
exactly. Yeah, you need to
And
have
then
that
where do
ready.
you go?
Where do you go? Exactly. And
Yeah.
how do you get there? Like, is traffic going to be in your way the whole way? You going to run out of gas on the way there?
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
lot to
yeah.
think about.
And my
But no,
mom
it's really
always do it. Go on.
no. Oh no, it's cool. I was just gonna say like to finish up what I was saying before was that it's all about consent. Like I mean not consent. It's all about perception, right? So if you
Yeah.
think
Perception
that
wars.
person that's said this thing about you, right? If you think that message is really caring and changing people's opinion, that'll freak you out. Like because it's all about changing hearts and minds online, and so you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, this is gonna be this is gonna be it. And people are gonna believe this lie about me, and and everything's gonna be all shitty from now on. And the truth is that it's really just reaching whatever audience it is, and out of that audience, maybe a certain percentage of them will believe it, and a certain percentage of them won't. And it's really a smaller thing than we imagine
Yeah.
until it gets really big, right? But
That's me
most of the time, it's really
with
small.
it is. It is. It's always small, and you make a big deal out of it. That's the problem, is that you make a big deal out of it. And with me, like I try to, because looking at that perception war or world, I guess we have, it's like a world war happening. It's like, oh, you're racist, and it's like, well, what does racism mean? I was like, I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe you are. Have you ever thought about it? Maybe you think everybody's racist because you're the racist. It's
Exactly.
yeah, and it's a weird thing that we live in. But so like for me, my online personality is that, which is very different than, because I started on Twitter, and Twitter's just a hate machine, and so
Never been
but
big into Twitter.
yeah, I gave it my Twitter blue, and I'm having withdrawals already, so I'm gonna sign back up. But my online personality is that I don't care. Like winning, I don't know what you say. Like you may say on streams how bad I am, or uh, anything about it. You be like, oh, and then you come on my stream, and here we are. We're having a great time. We're having a great conversation. People are going onto your channel and subbing, which is why I love this chat, man. This is the
Well,
most
thank you guys so
supportive
much.
chat on YouTube, man. These guys are awesome. I try to remember every single one of them too, and that's why I'm always like, I remember avatars. I'm horrible with names. And check out this. Hang on here. What? Wait.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Thank you, Leslie. Hugs to everyone. Thank you, Expert White Rabbit. Because wish you had PayPal. I've got like Venmo. Does that count for anything? I've got Buy Me a Coffee. That's what I started off with. And we ought to talk sometime, Winning, about like the different platforms. You're talking about Rumble and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There's so many places to go, and I try to get on so many of them. And I just realized that the one that I really have that I've neglected that I like is podcast. I've got like I'm on like 9 podcast platforms, and all I do is I take this show and I upload it over there. It's the easiest thing
Oh,
in the
wow.
world. Yeah. Have I done it lately? Since I got newfangled high speed internet, have I done it? No, man. I suck. I hate myself. But Leslie, thank you. And you know what, Leslie? I am so hoping for the day where I have. By the way, Nick Ricada stole my idea of going to Vegas and having a meet and greet. I said that a year ago. So anyway, I don't know how, but he stole it from me. But anyway, I cannot wait till the day comes and we can meet. And I definitely want to take you up on that hug. You're one of the coolest people around. Thank you, Leslie. But anyway, yeah, it's this whole perception deal. It So you and I, you may say bad things about me and stuff. I don't know that, and I'm not saying he does, everybody. This is a hypothetical, but it's like how you treat me on my channel and how you treat my chat is all I care about. And so when you're here, you're having a good time, and we're great. And that's how a lot of people, man, come in here, and people are like, I can't believe that person's here. And then later on, they'll say, boy, that person really is nice here. And I'm like, I don't know where else they would be where they aren't nice. But it's, this whole perception thing, man, it's gone out of control.
Yeah, it's the whole fear of that is behind that gives people that use that power, right? Is that they can, like, some of the stuff we're seeing, and I'm avoiding naming it just because it's not, in what we're talking about, but we all know what I'm talking about. And some of the things we see people doing today, they're using the fear, and that fear of damning you and damning your name and changing people's opinion about you, to control people and to control things. And some people really get off on it, and they'll get right behind it and go like, yeah, and some people are trying to fight that and say, this isn't the way we need to be. This isn't the thing that's going to make everybody become better and rise up, and become and have a better world to live in. And so it's just a weird dichotomy, a weird paradigm, that we're kind of in between these people who use this perception that social media and can enable, this perception changing, this perception management. That's what they used to call public relations when it first started, perception management. It originated at the beginning of the 19th century, the 21st, I guess that's 20th century, but 1900s with Ivy Lee and Edward Bernays and other people that were critical in the evolution of media at the time, and the ability to control people's perceptions is how they got the Rockefellers from being robber barons into being old philanthropists, that were harmless, just harmless old billionaires, but they would use perception management to do that, and that's how they learned how the human psychology works. And that's, again, it goes back to what we talked about right up front, was that how the human brain's operating system works on images, and how associations and archetypes form narratives and perceptions in people. So that's the trick, is they introduce psychology into information, and on a level that's never been seen before. Now we're kind of like living in it here on the consumer level, where we have that kind of control, right? Where people can actually, with enough enablement, enough people supporting them and driving it forward and protecting them and whatever it is, can use that weapon against somebody else. Instead of using it for good, they use it for evil.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Do you? It's
narcissism versus humanity. It's basically this. Yeah, exactly. It is a punch down. They don't care though. They see you as beneath them already when they do it. Anybody who engages in that kind of behavior has an elitist mentality, in my opinion, that they already see you as beneath them. They already think that you're nobody. There's a certain character in this recent drama who has never treated me like a person. Okay, there's one that has. Oh, wow. And I'm on that person's side, evidently, but the other person's never treated me like anybody, like treated me like nobody, like I wasn't even there. All right. And I have something to say. I'm not a person that is quiet, and I try to bring some really good, hopefully some really good opinions and some good facts to the table on any discussion I'm engaged in. But I've never gotten a lick of respect from that person, and I never deserved to be treated that way.
Dude, I hate to hear that, man.
Well, it's just what it is. It is what it is. But
See, and I don't know, man. It's something about the way I'm wired. Like, I've never felt that way. I've never felt like, I guess I have momentarily. I know when people hate me. It's funny too, because I'm like, there's no reason to hate me. I'm not out to get you. I'm not out to take what you have. I don't care.
Yeah, you're a hard guy to hate.
I can't remember. If you're mad at me, I'm like, I don't remember that. So, because there's something else going on. I am the traditional term of progressive. I'm always progressing forward, not progressive in the bad way. But
right.
But it's because here we are. Life is moving fast. Life moves faster than light. You know, it's
Oh yeah.
it's that next thing. If we're always trying to get that next hit, you know, that next rush, but that's life, and it's you don't. I don't have time to sit around and wallow in self pity, or and you know blame others. Or hate on others, or I don't know. And there's been a few times where I'm like, gosh, man, like you feel like you want to jump on something and you want to just like bless something out. And you know what I found is, and this is what I say about YouTube. And so this is my big secret. I have no secrets, but this is what I do is I always tell people, I'm like, don't worry about that person. Just go make content. Just keep making content. Keep making content, and you blow past all that stuff. And next thing you know, you're so far ahead that person you can't even keep up with them anymore. And that's one of the things like I hate about. I don't know. I love streaming. This is what I love. But for the first year, I did 3 videos a day every day, and I would like to get back into getting a couple videos out. Now with the way they've done shorts, I need to do a shorts every day, a video every day, and then do a stream at night. But that keeps you so busy that you don't
Yeah.
have time to hate on people or hate on the situation or whatever it is. And it's just I don't know. It's weird to me how I don't know. It's just nobody wins with hatred. I guess I don't know. I'm not trying to say a good message. I'm not a goody two shoes person. What I'm saying right now is completely opposite of the way I've always been. I mean, I'm a real asshole.
What did you used to do like with your videos? Like you said, you did 3 a day. What kind of topics did you cover?
Current events, always current
Okay.
events. What got me was White Rabbit bought me this microphone during the pandemic, during the lockdown. It said, "Stop talking to me. Go talk to the people on YouTube you're watching." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." So I started doing videos on, I guess Kylie Rodney was the first one. That girl that went missing in Utah or Wyoming, ended up her boyfriend unalived her. What got me was that there all these people were protesting in front of her boyfriend's house, and he wasn't there. It was just her, you know, his parents lived there. And I just saw something today with the guy that's been arrested for the Idaho stabbings. Uh, they threw bottles at his parents' house yesterday, and there's a picture of his dad out there with a shop vac cleaning up glass. And people are like, you know, this is really sad because they didn't do anything. You know, they're victims too. And I'm sitting here, I'm watching these people on YouTube make all these videos about the whole Kyle Roddy thing. I'm like, none of this is true. There's no facts. I was like, yesterday you said something, and today you're saying the complete opposite. So I started just doing like videos on just the facts of things. And nobody wants to hear the facts. Nobody wants to hear them. But I just kept plugging away. And once that whole situation moved, you know, I guess what I'm getting to is I got kind of a start in true crime stuff. And that's a
Okay.
very weird community. If you think LawTube is bad,
That's what I hear.
nah, man.
That's what I heard. I've heard that.
Yeah, go try to live on the streets of true crime for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, they will come after you like you've never seen it. You're like, what is happening here? Um, oh, I need to find that one guy, man. Oh, dude, I gotta remember. Texas Jim would probably know who I'm talking about too. Uh, Gabby Petito. What did I say? What did I say? Brian Laundry? That's her boyfriend.
Yep. Yep.
I would say Kylie Rodney, didn't I? Yeah, it's Gabby Petito. Thank you.
Yeah, we could,
Texas Jen follows all that stuff. She probably knows the guy that does all these weird videos, and he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most amount of lawsuits. The guy's crazy, man. I mean, certifiably, but I mean, you know, he's doing his thing, and he has like 50,000 subs, and it's the #1 channel. What's it? He's got initials. I almost had it. Oh, M. Schwartz, thank you. Check this out. We're gonna.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
M. Schwartz, thank you. And by the way, that dog is so cute in your avatar. I love it. We love dogs over here, Winning. We're big on the dogs. And any
Is
type
that dude?
of pets.
Is that dude you in the video? Is that you?
No, that's Ryan Upchurch.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, you got some tats going on.
No. I'm pure skin. I'm pure skin. I have no tats. I gotta get. Oh, thank you. Look, she's got it for me. Man, is she not amazing? JLR. The guy goes by JLR. He's been in jail for fraud. He's and I'm just by the way, I really am. Thank you, M. Schwartz, and I really mean that. Your dog is absolutely precious looking. It's like giving me that look like, what are you doing? What are you doing, human? But yeah, JLR, dude, it's crazy, man. But it's all that true crime stuff, and they're nuts. The whole group is, and when I say group, I mean everybody on YouTube. So you don't want to go there. LawTube is normal comparative, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's I kind of like gotten the drift. I've asked you a few questions here and there about things, and I've gotten that drift. That's quite a lively group.
it's crazy, man. And when something happens again, I'll have to remember to show it to you. Like Quentin Simon, he's a kid. Well, hold on, you're in Georgia. He was down in Savannah. His mom threw him in the trash.
What
Did
a
you hear about
bitch.
that guy?
Mm.
Oh, he's a 2-year-old kid, and
Oh man,
mom,
that breaks my heart.
yeah. See, that's why that stuff. I can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But his mom threw him in a dumpster and went partying out on Tybee Island.
What a
So
bitch.
yeah, and they end up they found him, but all these people were down
How
there
do you
in
throw a
front
2-year-old
of.
away? Perfectly good white kid. What's that movie that?
Dude, that's
Someone's gonna
from
throw away a perfectly good white boy.
dude, that's from
Better off
Men at
dead?
Work with Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
one of my top 10 favorite movies. And is that black dude who's in all the cool stuff. He was in They Live and
Oh yeah,
oh
yeah.
gosh,
Okay.
yeah, man, he's so
Terry.
cool.
No.
He's got a great voice, man. But yeah, he was their supervisor, whatever, and it's like they went and had lunch, and Charlie Sheen reaches over and grabs some of his French fries, and he grabs his hand and goes, "Never touch another man's French fries." And I'm like, dude, that is so awesome. And then they find the dead guy in the trash, and he's like, "Aw, it looks like somebody done gone throw away a perfectly good white boy." Yes, that is. Men at Work is awesome. It is so hilarious. Ernie Hudson.
that-
No, it's not Ernie
that was a
Hudson.
great-
It's not Ernie Hudson.
That was a
Ernie
great
Hudson
movie. Yeah.
was Ghostbusters. Yeah, Men
I
at
remember
Work,
they
man.
were cleaning out the truck. They're like, "Ah."
Yes, yes. What a great movie, man. What happened to Emilio Estevez? Since Young Guns, he hasn't done anything.
He got the hell away from his crazy family evidently. He's like, I'm out of here, man. You guys.
Well, he was married to Paula Abdul. Did she have to pay him? I bet she did. I bet
Maybe.
I bet she's worth a lot more than him. He's living on that sweet Paula Abdul money. Uh, well, hey, you said that. Oh yeah, White Rabbit says it all the time. Don't touch my food. But yeah, but that's a really cool video, though, Leslie. I won't play that for you anymore. But that's a really cool video. Clumsy sent that to us. So you were talking about the what's the acronym DMCA? I mean, I don't even pay attention anymore. The about the copyright strikes.
Like what, digital content management or something.
Is it DCMA? DCMA. Okay. Yeah, that whole system wasn't that signed into law like in the 90s, I think. Uh, because I know like the whole thing, it's part of copyright law in itself, man. It is very strange. It's very difficult, and
Digital Millennium Copyright Act,
oh, there you go, there you go. Yeah,
1998.
yeah, a lot's changed on the internet since then. And it was like it was written because of pirates downloading stuff, and I just
Is it Napster, right? Freaking Lars Ulrich, man, started all this shit. And the
yes,
drummer from Metallica. It's all your fault.
it is. It is. It's all him. And he's like, isn't he like Swedish or Norwegian or something?
He's douches. That's what he is.
Yes. Yeah. He's not from America. That's for sure. And
100% douches.
and it's always amazed
Douchebagger,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. He is. And it's always amazed me that Metallica got started in San Francisco. That's just, I'm like, really? The San Francisco heavy metal scene? I mean, when you say that, I'm thinking about dudes dressed as gimps.
Right.
But
Yeah, I know it's hard to get that out of your head, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's like, that's again the visual association, the power of visual association in your mind. I'll always say this: if you want to know how powerful it is, right? I'll show you like how powerful it can be. Now I've done this with maybe some people here in the room, so they already know this trick. But what it is like I say a word, and then everybody types in, and you say, what's the first visual image that pops into your mind? The first one. And because this word has been used as an archetype and it's been associated with certain things, I find that most people come back with the same image, right? That means something. So let's try it out, okay? I'm gonna say it. You guys ready?
and you
For
want to do it in
very
the
first,
chat?
yeah, very first
Okay,
visual.
so chat, he's going to say something, and when he says this word, type the first thing you think of. And
Right.
I'll do the same thing. I'll go over here and type in the chat.
Okay.
I'm ready, man.
Okay. War.
All right, I got my answer up.
Okay. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to answer real quick. There we go. There's one of them. Visual image, not words. Visual image. Like I want the visual image.
You
Like
talking
just
to me or
imagine
somebody else?
everybody. I'm reiterating it because I've seen some people make word association. Word association's no good here. We're looking for the first visual image that pops into your mind. So no catchphrases, none of that. It's just the first image that you get, the very first image. And I'm going to ask you, where's that image from? Okay.
Dude,
And where do you think you got it from?
I mean, mine is gonna be so different than everybody else. I can't get it
That's
out of my
okay.
head.
What is yours? I'm not even looking.
Uh, um, the movie Rush Hour. Jackie Chan.
That's-
War, huh, good guy. What is it good for? Yeah, him singing War with Chris Tucker.
So that's the
You
very first
said-
thing you think of when you hear the word war?
No, the very first thing I think of is, huh, what is it good for? And I visualized Jackie Chan singing that.
Well, you're
I
gonna
did.
find that most people actually will come back with an image of World War II, like trench warfare, like soldiers on the battlefield, tanks, things of that nature, right?
Hang on a second. Do what?
You've seen that? I've seen a few of them in here. But yeah,
White
the
Rabbit
very
just
first
came in
thing
to tell me that's what she thought of too.
is most people will
sorry.
think of as like World War II, because that's what we all kind of like learned about war the first time as in school. And like we got those pictures from the textbooks. Like it's almost like you can you can see the textbook again. You can see the image of the people in World War II, the black and white images of people with bucket helmets on and tanks and all in green and crawling across mud or in or outside of a trench or something to do with World War II. It's like the biggest war we talk about in terms of having the live visual images there that we remember as a whole. And, of course, there's variations. It's everything's on a curve, right?
Well, that's
But a lot of it.
Lister put World War II, and then it's funny because it's like here's places like Nikki is Ukraine, Wolfkinder is Hell, which I think are two of the same.
Not everybody got it. I mean, in a sense of like what I meant by the first visual image, you have to like focus. You have to like think of it in your mind, and like you'll get like 5 or 6 in a row. But what's the first one you get? That's the base. That's the base image, right? The base impression.
Tweety gets the word war, 3 big letters. Well, I think it's funny because Lister had World War II down, and as soon as you said it and you explained it, and like those are your images you first see, I was like, yeah, it's weird because like last week I was talking with Volstorm. He's never seen the movie Platoon. And I was like, man, I love Platoon. And it's like Full Metal Jacket. I love Vietnam. Like, I've watched the Ken Burns special on Vietnam probably 3 times. I still don't remember what all he says. But anyway, but I love, like, that whole, everything about the imagery and the documentary stuff. But also, I love World War II stuff. Like, that's like, I'm a huge World War II person. So when you said World War II, I was like, it's funny because I do think of that in the way you described it, and I don't think about like a Vietnam or Desert Storm or Shield or I don't know whatever the heck, the war in Iraq, whatever it is that we've had last time. I don't think about the.
They're like afterthoughts. They come afterwards, right?
Yeah, it would be like World War. If I was to think of a historical time of war, it'd be World War II.
First impressions last a lifetime. First impressions last a lifetime, and that's what it is. So think about when you think about that, you think about the power of impressing young minds that are new to a topic, right? And this is why you see so much subversion going after children in today's day and age, and why it's so important that we fight back against it, because they are putting lasting impressions into young minds that will span a generation. And that's what the whole pushback about a lot of the things that are going on in school is about, because you can literally change a culture by doing this exercise over and over and over again, by putting and replacing images in young minds. The idea of a family, right? So you replace that image with something new, and then the idea of a family has changed. You see, that's how the OS of the brain works, and that's why propaganda and misinformation and narrative crafting is so effective. Perception management is so effective. It's like we understand this at a core level innately. And as we grow older, we come to logically understand it. But that's why people are need to be aware of it, 1, and 2, why the people who are aware of it push and fight so hard to stop the subversion of young minds, to keep things within the family, to keep things outside of subversive influences, and that's why many of us just pulled our kids out of regular public schools. We don't want any part of that.
Dude, you're a really deep intellect, man. Yeah, I really dig the
blessing and a curse, buddy. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse, man.
Well, it's weird because like I noticed your voice changed a little bit talking about this, and it's like when you were talking about Rand Paul and stuff, you sounded like very vibrose, very into it, very, you were ready to stand on the street corner on your soapbox. But then when you get into something that's like a deeper, I don't know. I looked at your name. I was going to say reality, a deeper reality, but it's like a deeper, I don't know, conversation about. You get very calm and very focused on something. Is there a reason? Have you ever are you aware of what I'm talking about, or am I just stupid?
No, no, and I actually I find your observations about people's speech and those type of things very very cool. I think that's a great quality. It's you're one, it shows you're paying attention,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
to
man, I
anything,
should
a
be.
lot of things. You're, you know, and that you're a lot more analytical than you probably give yourself credit for. But
I'll say that.
no, I think that's great. And no, I guess maybe it's just in terms of explaining concepts, and or maybe it's just more of how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. I really don't have an explanation for it, but I think that's amazing that you picked up on that.
Yeah, it's something that White Rabbit said about me one time, about when I talk, and it's which I was like, I had to catch myself later on to see what she was talking about, and it's basically it was like a topic you take serious, or something you care about very passionately. You She, like, with me, and she told this at our wedding counseling. Before we got married, we had to go to counseling, right? In Tennessee, you have to go to like a therapy or something like that. And she was told this to the preacher about me, and said that there was I forget what it was. I don't remember the question or anything. I just remember her answer, and it was like I get very I'm very serious to talk about law and politics. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, you get very you're not quick to speak about it. You think it's like you can tell you put your time into it. And I was like, well, that's weird. I never really thought about it. I noticed you, like, I don't notice this about a lot of people. But I did notice with you. I was like, either you're getting really tired and really bored, or you like hate this subject because, well, you did say you're a Rand Paul person, so it may be an
Ron
overdone
Paul.
conspiracy.
Ron Paul.
Ron, sorry, Ron, but too many Pauls, man, too many Pauls.
But I do like
But
Rand.
anyway, do what?
But I do like Rand, but I was a Ron Paul guy.
Hey, but you know what? Speaking of Rand, man, the weird things would happen with him and his neighbor. But anyway, no, I was just gonna say it was just like because some people that are Ron Paul people are just they're heartbroken. I wanted to make sure that that's not how, and I don't mean it because he didn't win.
Oh
but
no,
because
no,
they
no,
don't think they can beat it's all it's
not
an
at all.
uphill battle, and I just
No,
want to
not
make
at
sure
all.
that's not where you're going.
No, we learn something every time we try. So
Yeah.
the thing with
Oh
Ron
yeah.
Paul is that we learned a lot about how the system works. Like if you didn't know about delegates before Ron Paul, you definitely did afterwards. If you didn't know about how the game's rigged, you definitely did afterwards. If you didn't know the philosophy of liberty, you definitely did afterwards. But his job was, I don't think that looking back, his job wasn't to win, and we all wanted him to win, and that was the problem. His job wasn't to win. His job was to make a mark and to help re-educate people on the philosophy of liberty and what it truly meant. There was nobody better than him at it, and so he did that. I mean, a lot of young people really gravitated towards him, and as well as people that were just looking for an answer to what the hell is going on in this world, and that is there ever a chance that we could ever have something different than what we have now? This back and forth between the neocons and the neoliberals, right? They're just
Yeah.
sharing the throne, if you will, never changing a thing, no matter who's in power. Ron Paul pointed these things out. That's why he's amazing. But what he didn't have what it took, what it took to overcome the obstacles that were in front of him. And I think he knew that, but I think he realized he needed to run to prime the pump for the next guy. And as it turned out, what we needed was a wrecking ball. We needed somebody who was untouchable, who could bust through the gates, who could bust all the way through all the corruption and the obstacles that kept Ron Paul out, right? Who could break those barriers and get in the inside, so we could see what they would do next, right? So now we know what to do next, right? So without getting into politics and without picking a side of this person or that person and get into policy or personalities or anything like that, I don't want to go there. But I'm just saying that every anti-establishment figure that steps forward to take the reins to try to bust through at least the government side of this fight that's going on, they are picking up where the last guy left off, and hopefully they're bringing the lessons with them. And if they don't bring the lessons with them and don't understand what's in front of them, they'll never be prepared for it. Like Trump was only prepared for one term. He wasn't prepared for two. If he was prepared for two, he would have known that as soon as he got in, he had to remove all the obstacles that were already in place that would have kept him from getting reelected, and he didn't do it. So that's on him. So if he gets in there again, he better be prepared with a lot of solutions to the problems he had last time already in hand. Period. Or it's just not going to be effective. And that's going to suck.
I've got a theory about Trump and the future election, and it is that if the elite establishment thing is 100% a true deal, and they ever want to have power, they have to let him win. Because if he doesn't win, there will be no Republican Party ever again. The
neocons will just take it back. That's the scary part.
I think that there's enough people that are completely disenfranchised that he's the only thing that holds them together. That's why he's got 50% approval right now in the primary before anybody's even in there. It's just it's crazy how far ahead he is. I don't know. I don't have it right now. My ideas come from gut feelings, and I don't have a way to quantify what I'm saying. But it's I just think there is this divide. Look, I mean, when we can't agree on the weather. Is it raining outside? Well, who said that? Were they Republican or Democrat? It was a Republican. Oh, well, then it's not rain. It's liquid sunshine. It was a Democrat. Oh, that's not rain. It's cats and dogs. It's hailstorms. I mean, whatever it is, it's just little things you can't agree on. And of course, it's all made up. It's all made up to make us hate each other.
Division, yeah. It's a major root cause issue.
Yeah.
Division enables corruption because when people cannot unify behind the simple ideals of a society, and have concern for another person's concerns, they actually want to understand someone else's concerns and work with them on an agreement or some kind of system or conclusion that works for everybody, right? Taking all opinions into consideration. You have division. Because what's going to happen there? Either one side's going to win and get their way, or the other side's going to win and get their way. That's a war. That's a war. Yeah. That's not a society that's trying to work together to find the best solution for everybody, even if everybody doesn't get their way. That's what we have to overcome. The division is rooted in turning one person against another for a superficial reason: the color of their skin, the sex they were born in, their lifestyle they choose, the political party they've been a part of, whether now or then or whatever, right? Like whatever they can use to wedge between you and the next guy, they do. And that's that's just pure evil. Anybody who operates like that is evil. So do you side with evil? That's something that everybody has to make a decision for themselves and realize themselves. Am I siding with evil? Am I doing this and I don't realize it? Am I part of the problem or the solution? These are questions everybody needs to ask themselves, and they can look at the results to see the truth about the matter.
I always go in and think I'm part of the problem. And so I need to see about changing myself and see if that works. But I have core values that will never change. And I think that's, like for me, like if I was going to say, like, what is a political ideology? My political ideology is what's best for you. That's what works. Don't force it upon somebody else. If you want somebody to, and I love the argument. I love the art of the argument. And we've gotten away from that. That's another perception thing where we're not allowed to argue, or we can scream and we can holler, but we can't argue. If you try to say something, it's it goes down into the cyst hole of stuff. It's always
right.
Like, it's like, wait a second, nobody's saying that. We're just, I don't.
It's
know.
because we've lost logic in our ability to communicate. Like it's all emotion now instead of logic. And so people get off on these fallacies. That's what I say. I encourage everybody, go learn the trivium. Go learn trivium logic. There's a website called triviumeducation.com. I hope it's still there. The guy who wrote it was a genius. His name was Jan something, right? And dude, that is your Bible as far as the antivirus software you need in your brain. If you have that information in your brain, you have an antivirus software running, filtering out the fallacies, calling them out for you, and saying this is a fake argument because it has a false premise, and this is why. Logic gives you that ability. So when people sit down for a debate these days, and I'm sure I'm going to run into it as I have hopefully have these successful DMCA debates on my channel. That's my hope for now. I hope that it comes through. That we're going to run into that, and I'm going to call them out as they happen. I'm going to be like, we got to back up here. Another is communication breakdown, but fallacies is the big one, in a sense that people will create a false premise and then argue on it, or they'll create a ad hominem attack and argue on it, and they'll get off topic and away from the actual premise of the argument, which could be true, right? And they will then derail any hope of coming to a conclusion. And these people, everybody does it these days. They've learned it from television. They've learned it from bad actors. They've learned it
like
by not having logic
or
as part of their
debating.
education.
Yeah, it's feelings. And the worst thing about feelings aren't real. What I have feelings for, you don't have feelings for, and vice versa. And everybody thinks that their feelings are facts. And I'm like, that's just not the truth. You can feel like something's really bad, but when you break down and you see, that's what I love about like common law. The reason why we have common law,
I love
is 'cause
common law,
it's like 600 years of history that goes into it. And guess what? People are the same. They've been the same. They continue to be the same. That's why history repeats itself. That's why we are what we are. And it's I don't know. You can't have an emotionally driven agenda. It's like your feeling first has to be, it's okay that I'm wrong.
Yeah, you have to be okay with being wrong. My philosophy is I'd rather know the truth than be right. It's another way of saying that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie World War Z?
Well, yeah, I believe I have.
The zombie thing with Brad Pitt. Mel Brooks. Max
maybe I
Brooks
haven't.
wrote the book. It's Mel Brooks' kid. I had the book and I had plans on reading. I love zombie stuff. But anyway, movie came out, so of course I watched the movie instead. Well, the whole world is overran by zombies, which come from a virus, and except for Israel, and Israel has a wall built around it, and so they go to Israel, and they're talking to the guy that figured out what was going to happen, and whatnot. And they said, there's a scene. It's like, well, how did you know? To do all this stuff, to be in contact with these people, and even though your government went against what you were saying, how did you know what was going to happen? And the guy's like, in Israel, there's 13 people that make a decision in the government. It's like, so it'd be like your cabinet, right? Or like a presidential cabinet. It says one of those people, like, you can never leave a meeting and everybody be unanimous. So like one of those people has to disagree with everybody else. And he says, I'm the one that disagreed with everybody else. And I was just like, that just got me so much, because I was like, well, that goes back to like when I was doing politics. I'm the one that always tells you you're going to lose. You're not campaigning hard enough. You're missing voters. Why are you sleeping? Why aren't you on the phone? Why aren't you asking for dollars? It's whatever you're doing is not good enough, because people want to think, oh, I did a good job. Good. I can rest a little bit. No, you don't get that opportunity. You can rest after you win. And anyway, it's that whole, I'll walk into something, and even if I agree with like the debate or the argument, whatever, in the room, if I find myself agreeing with everybody, I try to think of how to disagree. It's just because I like critical thought. I don't think we have that anymore. And so I'm not trying to be an asshole. Well, I guess I am. I'm the asshole on purpose. So, yeah, I guess I'm the one who needs help. I don't know. It's,
Well, no, I mean, you're also the troubleshooter. I always invite people to poke holes in the things that I say. Be the troubleshooter, man. That's part of what I do. I'm a troubleshooter, problem solver. That's my MO. And I'll troubleshoot things too, even if it's a great idea coming from somebody. I'll be like, okay, well, I feel like I get this like feeling like I should be the troubleshooter in this scenario. Well, let's see all the things that could go wrong, right? Let's just work those out right now. And I'll focus more on that in that conversation, and I'll mention at some point, hey, I'm not trying to kick your idea in the dirt here. I'm just trying to make sure, I'm just trying to troubleshoot it, give it the smoke test, make sure it can float, right?
yeah.
That's all. I want to see it work. So I'm going to take this position where I'm going to try to, figure out where the possible points of failure are for you, and we're going to work this out together. So, you need that. You need that in troubleshooting. I mean, problem solving. You need to have a troubleshooter that's going to look at the other side for you. So, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, if you're in the conversation and you're trying and you have the philosophy that you want to find the truth and live the truth, then you're doing the right thing, no matter what. Don't ever question it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's things are just so weird nowadays. I don't know, man. It's like there's so much stuff I'd like to have a reset on. Real quick, Yukura Rama over here on Twitch, interested in a stream where streamer gives an
Hi,
honest
Roma.
opinion. Do what?
That's Roma, right?
Do you
Ukraine
know him?
Roma. I think that's Roma, right?
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. I'll say hi, Roma, anyways.
Okay, well, they're on Twitch, so I don't know. But anyway, from a newscaster mentioning part, we need to take each event separate without thinking political allegiance. We've been indoctrinated and don't even see it. Yeah, that's exactly what Wenning was saying here. And the White Rabbit, the role of the 10th man is to disagree and point out flaws in whatever decision the group has reached. She put it in one sentence when I was trying to stumble through. But yeah, that's in World War Z. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's it's Roma. There you go.
I mean, I'll take it. No, I'll take all of this we just said, and I'll drop it a layer deeper, just for fun. But actually, because it's there, this all is abuse. This is all abuse, man. So when people do what we're talking about, right? They're actually when they mislead, when they derail, when they do things like that, it's a form of abuse. It's like there's this abuse cycle going on in the world that's becoming more and more apparent. The DMCA strikes, these perception attacks, trying to ruin people just for disagreeing with you, trying to scar them with labels that will change people's opinions about them. These are forms of abuse. These are the same things that on a micro level, on a day-to-day personal relationship, an abuse scenario that are going on. Okay, it's just that that we don't recognize it because it's lifted up into this higher realm with more people involved in these bigger groups and names and so on, that we don't recognize it as person-to-person abuse. But there is this big cycle of abuse going on in the world where half the world is very kind and humane and optimistic and gives the benefit of the doubt and wants things to work out and believes in people, and the other half don't. They see them as just utilities, as a means to an end, as there to serve them. So they treat them like property. They treat them like dirt, right? And they don't have no qualms about it. They have no bad dreams about it. It doesn't bother them that they do it this way, that they think this is life. But the other half thinks that what they're doing is life. And you get this weird cycle of abuse going on. It's like it comes down to so much about, how are we supposed to, what is this world about? Is it about dominating each other or learning how to work with each other and overcoming our problems to have a harmonious world to live in? What is it going on here, right? These are some of the things I always talk about. But yeah, there's an underlying current of abuse that's strong in this world right now. And I think that's kind of inherent in a free society. Whereas, an unfree society is constant abuse, right? You're always being, pushed down. You're always being
Yeah,
kept in your
you kept
place.
in line.
Yeah, it's just not it's not as apparent because we have this free system. So we actually have an opportunity, that means. So that's the good part. That's the silver lining, the optimism,
Yeah.
and the optimistic person, you know. But yeah, underneath that, all this kind of stuff, there's an abusive personality going against someone who's not abusive, or being victimized by it, or being targeted by it. And so keep that in mind when you see actions of people. Say, is this abusive action? Is this an abusive type of way of behaving? Am I enabling this abuse by supporting it? Enablement. Abusers cannot abuse without enablement, by the way. They have to have enablers, or else they cannot abuse. That's the key. And when you get into the realms of what really interpersonal abuse is like, you figure this out. I won't go there because I know it's a topic that kind of like it triggers a lot of people. I don't want to hear about it and talk about it that much either.
Well,
But
just real
it's
quick,
there.
I mean, the way
Yeah.
I see it is don't let somebody's words or actions affect you. And if you don't enable them to have the power over you, then they don't.
Well, the problem with abuse is like a lot of times, and again, I don't want to go down there, but a lot of times people are trapped in it, and your philosophy is correct on a bigger level. Like we should look at that. The
Well, I'm thinking
trolls
about
like
it on
that, right?
YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
everything on
Yeah.
YouTube. So yeah, but yeah, in real life, no man, it sucks, dude. There's a lot of problems that we're ignoring in real life. That's the problem with being on like true crime stuff. Like they get in there and there's a lot of people with problems. I mean, bad problems, and some of these people are streamers over there, and they have problems, and you can tell by watching them. But instead of dealing with their problems, they're I guess deflecting it or whatever by being like how we are. I don't think they're having as good of a conversation though, but still, it's I don't know, man. There's just after talking
It's
to you,
complex.
yeah. Well, see, I'm not used to getting this deep into things, and I like this conversation. This is a conversation. It's funny. I forget I forget all their names now. But there's a class I had in college, and there's like 3 other dudes, myself, and like we would get together afterwards, and like the whole thing was like we wanted to have this like where we could like go get something to eat, get something to drink, smoke cigars, whatnot, and have these deeper conversations where we all kind of agreed on the same topics, but we could hash out. And all these guys were in international politics. That was my
Oh,
big
wow.
thing in college. And so
Do
it
you
was
disclose
cool.
where you went to college and what you did? I don't want to ask you if you don't, but
Yeah, University of Tennessee, man. Yeah.
okay, you're a Vol.
All the way, man. Yeah, that's the blue dog, man. Is Smokey's sister. So the mascot of the University of Tennessee. We bought into the bloodline. That's how crazy we are.
Oh
We're
wow, so you're like
stupid.
all orange, man.
Yeah, man. We got football tickets, and excuse me. The White Rabbit will be quick to tell you she has football tickets. She lets me go with her. So
cool.
that's nice of her, I thought.
So were you there in the Peyton Manning years?
No, it's a little bit before my time. But
Okay.
I know I've met Peyton and stuff. He's a cool dude.
Those were exciting times to be a Vols fan, man. They had a great team.
There hasn't
I
been
actually rooted for
the
them.
most
a little
exciting
bit during
time to be
those
a
years.
Vol fan was this year when we beat Alabama.
Okay,
It was stormed the field and took down the goalpost.
that's
That
always
was
fun.
that was the most exciting time. No, it was funny because international politics, man. I really digged it. I don't know. And I was also public relations was my minor, and could have had a major in it but I had to take a math class, and I said I'm not taking a math class. What are you guys crazy? I took political science, so I wouldn't have to take math. So anyway, 6 years later, I had a good time.
Nice. You
5.5.
I spread it out. I spread it out to like 5.5. So
Yeah,
right behind
yeah.
you.
I mean, why rush?
right.
Yeah,
I
had a friend
changed
of mine.
majors.
Yeah, I had a
3
friend of
times,
mine.
I
He
think.
had a goal when he started college. I was like, that's stupid. And he admit he after he graduated, he's like, you told me the best advice I ever didn't listen to. And he said because his goal was he's going to get out of college in 3 years. He was going to he was going to go to Vanderbilt for law school. And when he got out, he was going to buy a Porsche. He always wanted a 911. And he had everything planned out for the next 6 years of his life. And I was like, dude, that's stupid. I was like, why would you even be out of college in 6 years? I'm like, look around you. You're never going to. I was like, you're at the University of Tennessee. You've got 13,000 women 18 to 22. Why are you in a rush to get away from here? And anyway, so yeah, he graduated early and all that stuff. And then he tells me, he's like, oh, he didn't get into Vanderbilt, by the way, and he didn't buy a Porsche. So anyway, he told me, he's like, man, I was an idiot. I should have listened to you. I was like, I know you should have. I know. He was still he got out of college, and like I graduated college, and then I spent the next year sleeping on various couches just to be still in college. Isn't that sad?
Oh, the guy.
I
didn't
filled
wanna
out
go home.
resumes. I filled out resumes and did stuff, various things like that. But anyway, no.
No, I get it. I get it. No, I transferred around, and I ended up settling on a college where a lot of my friends from home were at,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end where I just finally just buckled down and did what I did. But I went for the big academic college at first, and then I shifted around and ended up at this school, and this school was was better known as a party school, and it had 5 girls to every guy, and it was about like maybe like 10 to 12,000 people. So it was a
that's
good
awesome.
old time. it was
awesome.
it was a 4 to 5 to 6 nights a week kind of school, if you know what I mean. It wasn't a
Yeah.
night school either.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I
and-
totally know what you're talking about. I got the most out of it.
yeah, and now they want kids to learn, and I'm like, but life skills are the most important skills about college.
Oh yeah, networking, man. That's like
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
involved in the alumni stuff, and they love to brag about the average GPA and all these stuff they have, and I don't know, these computer labs and books, and I don't know what all the hell they're talking about. And I'm like, why? I was like, you got to have time to like just chill out and hang out with people. I don't know, man. I'm not very influential.
No, it really did help in that manner. It depends on who you are. Like I tell my son, I'm like, look, you people are gonna tell you you have to go to college. You don't, by the way. You can do much better. In fact, some people do much better not going to college. But if you want to do something that requires college, you need to be ready for that. If you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be something that you have to go and do this extended study for, then you go there and that's what you do. Okay, you don't mess around. Because those guys who do that don't mess around. They go there and they do it, and they get through it, and they get what they're after, right? And they get these big paying, big kind of careers where, the sky's the limit or whatever. But, if you don't know, then you need to think about, what you're going to do otherwise. And the world is a place now where you can make money from home. You can be an entrepreneur in this world if you learn those skills at a young enough age, and you really set your mind to being that. Of course, people can learn it at any age, but really, there's kids that are millionaires. Let's put it that way. There's kids that are millionaires. You can set yourself up right now for the rest of your life, believe it or not, if you're a kid.
My problem is if I wonder if I'd have an OnlyFans if that was a thing when I was in college.
Dude, I'm so glad that there was none of that shit and no recordings. Like I was the only person with a video camera at my school. Like the school basically gave me one. Like and it was like
That's
state of the art high 8 camera. So I'd take it around and film things and do stuff like that. I was friends with the dude who ran the department that had the cameras. There was only 3 of them in the school and one editing machine. And I was like believe it or not, like back in the day, I was like the best editor at my school on this high editing software they had. It was like Apple High 8 editing. So you put the High 8 cartridges in there, and it would it would digitize them, and you could do stuff. And I was like the top dude because nobody else tried, really. And the guy who ran the department was actually a city councilman too. So I had a friend who was on city council at the same time. So when my party got blown up, in the middle of the day party, I had planned. Actually, it wasn't mine, but it was at my place. It was like a bunch of us that had it, and they got blown up before it even got started. We sold tickets for weeks for this thing. It was good. We had bands. We had a tattoo parlor in our house. People could go get a tattoo while they were there. It was crazy.
In your house?
Yeah, in college. Yeah, we had a tattoo. We had dudes come over from like the city over to bring tattoos there. They were doing tattoos in one of our rooms, right? We had trash cans full of Hairy Buffalo, we called it, and kegs everywhere. And we had a band playing in the backyard. And we had it all. We had the whole thing tarped off so you couldn't see outside of it. We followed every rule. This reminds me of the DMCA. Was like the noise ordinance in college, right? So middle of the day, Saturday afternoon, right? We had sold tickets for weeks. We did the whole wristband thing, carded people, all that stuff. We went through every possible way to make sure that this party went off. And still, the cops showed up to shut it down because it was a small town. And they said that some lady down the street said the noise was bothering her cat. Her cat. Of course. Right? So I went to city council with my friend, and we because my friend with my roommates, because my friend will let me get in there to say something. So I was making big statements way back then, but it didn't even get any press or anything. But we actually got to go down to city council and complain about the fact that our party got shut down because some lady's cats were, just say lay it off. If we're going through all the problems, if we're doing everything you say to do, right, then why come blow the party up because it's the middle of the day and some lady's cats are having an issue with the band playing? It's like, my band didn't even get a chance to play.
Man.
I was the one who had to make the announcement too. It was like, you should have heard me. It's a sad day, folks.
I was in a band, dude, and it.
Oh yeah, what'd you play?
Guitar. Still got
right on.
my wall. Still have my wall over there. I got a Gibson Les Paul, and
nice. I play Strat.
Oh, that's cool, man. I had a Squire. That's what I learned off of. And I wish I still had that. Loaned it to a friend. It never came back. So yeah, don't loan things out. But anyway, yeah. We did a party at my apartment once, and I think 17 cops showed up, and I was like, all right, we're done. So it sucked really bad, really quickly. I was like, why can't we do this? And well, the problem was the business next door. I think they're the ones. They had called the police because we were louder than their band. I was like, they have a band? It's like nobody can hear them, so like they shouldn't be allowed to play. Well, anyway. Yeah, dude, I got big, tall Marshall and everything, man. Dude,
nice.
I used to have hair halfway down my back, but
like me.
Yeah. Yeah, are you a long-haired hippie?
Well, I don't like the word hippie.
Yeah, I don't like hippies.
Yeah, I just spent like a decade playing for hippies, and being, I never really considered myself one of them, I guess, in that sense. But I didn't think anybody else really took that seriously either, until I realized that some do. And I always thought of this as more of like I don't know. My scene is more like a bohemian kind of, conglomeration of many different people from different places, and nothing specific. Like the traditional hippie, whatever, was like just secluded to the rainbow gatherings and stuff like that. But they all grift in and scam in and fucked everything up. So. But the jam band scene, especially here in the South, is has that vibe to it, right? It has that vibe, kind of leftover dead vibe to it. even though it's a mix of like college students and along the way. I mean, shoot, Athens, man, University of Georgia was a huge music scene in the '90s, and that music scene carried over. Actually, I could do an hour on the music scene in the Southeast and tell you the history of it and tell you like how this jam band scene evolved and who were the main players in it and all that shit, man. I could totally do that, but I'll get off on a tangent if I do that. I gotta stream it back in here.
Well, oh, hang on a second. I just saw white right. Oh, now we know what the hair looks like. Well, kind of. Look, Leslie, I'm with the band too. Yeah, you
Right
are.
on.
Yeah, she is. I'm with the band 3. Look at this. I'm with the band. I love it. Yeah,
Dancing
White
in the
Rabbit,
crowd.
actually, she is with the band. She is with the band.
Some of these folks come over to my stream. They know I open every show and close every show with a Widespread Panic. I have been doing that recently. I'll probably branch out to new things, but I try to they're one of my favorite bands or guys that I've worked with in the past and like had association with in the past individually, and drummer and I used to play in a band together for a while down here. It was kind of a fun little off the wall band, 3-piece. Man, yeah, I have a lot of history with that scene. So and people in that scene. So I like to play them because Jimmy Herring is the absolute greatest guitar player on the planet right now, and he has been for a long time. And everybody should see him. He is God on guitar. That is for sure.
I have a question for you then.
Got
One, are we going to do a music show together? We talk about music, because this chat, man, they will throw you on your butt before you know it. They know stuff, man, like crazy.
Let's
I
go.
mean,
Yeah, I'd love to
also,
do that.
where can we go to play music? Because that's what. Have you ever seen the the app Amp? Amazon makes it, and it's kind of like you can do your own radio program. Like you have your own FM radio show, and you can play music on there and DJ it.
Oh,
And
no
I've got
way.
I've got the app. I've got an account and everything. I've never taken the time to go through it. I want to get this chat to start giving me a list of songs, because one night, dude, we talked nonstop 2 hours about music. I love 1960s. Well, I guess like late 50s, 60s, 70s, and of course 80s. The glam, man, I think is just awesome. And then I love the blues. Blues is blood.
Oh, yeah.
Man. And Robert
do blues,
Johnson
too, all
and the
day.
Dude,
Yeah.
man, blues
Howlin'
are
Wolf.
everything. Oh, love
Yeah,
it.
how Buddy Guy. I love Buddy Guy. I've met Buddy
Oh,
Guy a bunch
dude.
of times. I love
That's
that dude.
awesome, man. Dude,
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to see BB King about 10 times. I never went to a concert.
Oh, I got
And
to see
every
him. I
time,
saw him.
was like,
Yeah.
I hate
I made
myself for
sure.
doing it.
I went to the Legends tour. I was like, I'm making sure that I see all these guys I want to see before they're gone. So I want to, and then I got to meet a bunch of them like when I was on the road. So that was cool.
Yes.
Even ones that you've never
So
heard
you're
of.
a
That
traveling
were,
band.
yeah. I
Oh,
traveled
you're
and
my
I
hero.
traveled as a tour manager too with a big band.
You're my hero, man. You're my hero.
Lived
You're
it.
everything
I tried to
love
live
me.
it. It's like I started that dream. I felt like I started it late in life, but I was only 19. It's like,
Hey, did you ever see the movie Dirt on Netflix? The Motley Crue?
I don't know. I don't think I have.
Motley Crue did a book called Dirt, and it was an autobiography on the band. And Netflix turned it into a movie. And I saw it right before we got rid of Netflix, and I loved it, man. I watched it like 3 times in a row because I knew all the stories, and I love Motley Crue. And who's their guitar player?
Nikki
Mick
Six.
Mars. No,
Oh, Mick
Nicky
Mars,
Six
okay.
is the bass player. Mick Mars, the
Yeah.
guitarist. So like he's the old man, right? He's like, I don't know, he was like 25, and everybody was like 18. Well, he had I didn't know this, but he has like a degenerative disease or something, and he was worked in a mill, and he goes in and tries out, and he's just like his whole attitude is just like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it louder. Let's do it faster. Let's do it harder. And it's like he doesn't talk. I mean, just like in real life. And it was like, there's like a scene where it's like, Mick. He's like, yeah, I've got a degenerative disease. I don't. It sucks. I'm in pain now. I might be crippled in 5 years or something like that. He's like, so I quit my job, and here I am. So if you guys aren't ready to be top of the world rock stars, you're wasting my time because I don't have much time. And I was like, it was so cool, man. I love that whole movie, and I don't know. I love all that stuff. I also love watching the movie Almost Famous. You ever see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's so cool, man.
That's
So
crazy. That just fuels people's rock and roll fantasies, doesn't it?
cool. Oh, it does, man. It does. And it's not that.
But I tell you what, man, it was crazy though. The way that I got on the road with that band as a tour manager was like, that was like the Almost Famous moment for me. It's like, it was literally was, I knew the lead dude in the band, but I didn't know the other lead dude in the band yet. But he was like the big dude. He was like the legend. And so I've been talking to him because I was playing, and he was a great guitar player. So I was always, when he was in town, I got to know him. He lived around, not too far away at the time. So he was in the scene a little bit. And I would talk to him about, getting the sound right, or like how to do this and how to do that. And this dude taught at like Berkeley College of Music. Man, he was like a
Oh,
big
that's
dog.
crazy.
He knew his shit, man. He was really good. And it turns out like I was like out of I was the company I was working with like moved out, like way out, and then did a round of cuts, and they cut everybody that was too far out. And so I was kind of just like in limbo, like, and I had unemployment rolling. This is like way back. And then I was just chilling, and I had an apartment to myself, I remember. And because I'd been in a relationship, and then like we split, and she moved to Florida, and then I got that. Actually, she hadn't moved to Florida yet, but I was just hanging out one night. I didn't really know what to do. And I was like, man, I'm just going to go down and see this band tonight, right? I didn't even have much money to do it. I was like, I'm just going to go down there. I know I can get on the list, and I'll just go in and say, hey, what's going on? And I went in there, and the night I happened to go in there, the dude was talking to the other dude saying, man, we need a new tour manager, man. We need a new tour manager. I was like, hey, man, I'm free, So I was like, man, this is a chance to go out there and meet everybody, and like learn how to be a better guitar player, and just learn things I'll never probably know, right? Because there's no way I was ever going to play in a band that was going to blow up big enough to be like that. That's at least my thinking at that point
Yeah.
in my life. So I a week later, I'm in the van, and we're heading up to New York City, right? We're stopping along the way at all these different places. I'm learning the job, as we're going, and learning from someone who's been doing it for like 50 years, like just all the inside stuff.
So you are Almost Famous. You're like the manager in Almost Famous.
Right. It was like that's actually based on me.
That's
No, I'm just kidding.
awesome.
Well, it could have been in a weird kind of underground hippie scene. I wouldn't say hippie scene, but jam band scene kind of way. But yeah, it was wild. It's like, and then within my first 2 weeks, I was escorting Warren Haynes on the stage to play with Mike Gordon it was like Warren Haynes, Mike Gordon
No
from Fish,
way,
the
man.
band I was with. Yeah, and we were at
Warren
Mike
Haynes
Gordon's
is
house
awesome.
right before that in Soho. He had a place up in Soho, and he was showing us the Segway where he got in all that trouble for that Segway. He was showing us that Segway. He's had it there, and no, we were there. He lived next door to the place we were playing, called the Knitting Factory, and so we had 2 nights there, and yeah, that was what it was like. It was like the Allman Brothers were playing down at the Beacon. They had started the Beacon run,
Yeah.
or they were getting ready to start it, and so we were there for that. And then Mike Gordon sat in, of course. He was like playing. He played the bass, and then he played like banjo. He did a little bit of both. So it was kind of wild. It was a small stage, and I had to get like Warren Haynes on there with everybody else, and it was like I had to cut through this crowd. I mean, I'm talking. This is small. Like this is like an alleyway bar upstairs, like with small narrow steps. So people are waiting in line to come in, right? You got to get these guys all the way through there, get them on stage, get a guitar in their hand, get them checked into the sound guy, get through the crowd, get back over to the sound guy, make sure they got the monitors in right so they can hear. And then away they go. But these guys are so pro that it's just easy. It was just easy.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing how all that works, dude. It's so.
That's the first 2 weeks. Like I just out of nowhere, I was like at my apartment by myself, and then 2 weeks later, that's where I was.
All right, dude. I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you because we now have another show together.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about music, man.
Right on. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to hear all about this stuff because, like, you haven't. I mean, you made it to I never made it out of a garage, and I had some very fortunate experiences, in my life. I got to do some cool stuff, but I mean, music wise. But yeah, and I didn't get my name up in lights or get to be. I was much more what was it? Was that Wayne's World 2? Where it's like my girlfriend's back there, and I think Chris Farley was in it. He's like, yeah, lots of dudes' girlfriends are back there. I was more the my girlfriend's back there type.
Oh man, they would follow us from like town to town, man. They go on tour.
Groupies, man. That's why they're called groupies. I love it. Dude, that's all. And there's nothing wrong with groupies.
Nope.
The movie
have a good
Almost
time.
Famous. The movie Almost Famous explained it.
Well, there's groupies and there's professional groupies and there's the ones who make it their entire identity. There's definitely a level of insanity going on there. Your average just having fun girl on the run. That's all good. It's when they make it a lifestyle and think that they're part of the band because of that. That's when it gets really freaking like troublesome.
Yeah.
To say the least. Never marry a groupie.
Listen, man, thank you so much. We're gonna have to do this again, and because
absolutely, man,
this
3
hours,
blast.
Man. I can't believe that.
Easy. It's been easy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this definitely again, man. I didn't realize how. I don't know. I thought you were just another clip channel, like I don't know, somebody like Alyssa clips. There's nobody. I'm kidding. I like Alyssa. I'm just giving a hard time.
I'm not that cute.
Yeah, I've never seen her, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'd forget what she looked like anyway. It really is sad. I'm making fun of myself now. I forget everything. That's bad. That's bad. I got a lot of stress going on. A lot of 3D stress. But, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for checking out. Thank you, Winning Reality, for hanging out with us and the chat, man. I swear, this is the greatest group of people on the tubes. And
Sure are, man. Thank you so much.
it's so cool, so laid back, and this is everybody's refuge. I don't know how I'm a refuge talker. I'm usually a controversy thing, but anyway, man, I'm going to get us out of here, but hang on afterwards, all right?
Yeah, hey, and thank you so much for having me, man. This has been a blast. It's been a great conversation, and I love the chat, man. I know some of them been there and met some new ones, and I really love and appreciate you guys, man, so much. And new great things are coming, man. If you're subscribed, make sure the bell's rung because YouTube does not let you know when I go live or anything else. I got a Rumble channel as well.
He's pinned at the top of the chat is the link to his page, so please go and subscribe to him. And like he said, man, hit that bell, and even if you think you are subscribed, double check.
Yeah, I had 20 drop off in the last month and a half. Like just from that whole YouTube just run off, like how they just skim off subs for you all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun.
It's great.
And guys, please hit the like button here before you leave. And don't forget the big news is this Friday night live. We're getting the band back together, so to speak. Divinity's going to be on. So excited about that. And guys, I think Cool Frog is streaming right now. I do not know how to transfer you. I just looked again, And I'm an idiot, of course. I mean, you guys know that I can do it beforehand, but he has to be streaming then, I think. I need to take a lesson in YouTubeage. What I needed, what I'd really like, is I'd like somebody to do this stuff for me. That'd be cool.
I think you can go into the yeah, definitely, right?
Don't you like just have like an assistant, a life assistant's what I'd like to have.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
You could do much more. Yeah, that would
Where's
be nice.
my
Hopefully one
robot?
day I'll get one.
Weren't we supposed to have robots by now or something?
Oh yeah, they're coming. Don't worry.
Oh, I signed up. For some reason, Microsoft sent me an invite to the AI presentation coming up. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I had to sign in like a legit person. I'm like, they're like, what's your business? And I was like, I don't know. I forget what I put. It was something stupid. It was like being awesome and good at it. And it said, like, what's your title? It said CEO of being awesome and good at it. So we'll see. I'm sure that I probably won't get my invite email back. But anyway, they won't send me the code. But guys, again, this is Winning Reality. He's awesome. He's way more awesome than we ever could have imagined. And please go subscribe to him. He's going to be kicking it back up here to 11 very soon. And
Absolutely.
Man, I can't wait, dude. You know what? Are your live streams members only?
No.
Or you just pull them into members only afterwards?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did that with Friday Night Live. And I thought about putting my whole catalog just about on members only. But need to do some more members chat. But anyway, listen, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button. I'll be seeing you guys real soon. And don't forget to tell everybody you know, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Divinity said, and you're not allowed to leave once you're here. You can put your device, you put it down, you can go use the bathroom, but you can't turn it off. It's gonna be the biggest stream anybody's ever seen. So I don't know if that's possible, but I hope it is. I hope so. I hope servers start smoking and stuff wherever YouTube is. Aren't there in like California? I don't know. Doesn't seem real to me. But anyway, love you guys. Good night.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that.